when we last left off, our intrepid heroes did some stuff. Yeah, nothing important happened. You didn't go anywhere. You didn't meet anybody. It was fine. Anyway, so you're hanging out with your friends and family.
So, yeah, we did not have a 6-hour fucking session.
Yeah. Merz asked for more philosophy and D at the start of the session, and by God, I gave it to her.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I know. It was like 6:45 in the fucking morning for me.
So yeah,
like,
you guys found out that the Hobgoblin Emperor had croaked off, and that the prince had somehow teleported all the way from Falira, which is off the coast of Pergolith, to the Imperial capital, which is kind of weird for a society that doesn't allow magic users. So the party went to Falira to check in and see if he'd left anything, and it turned out he did. That thing is Dalvar, and also a giant ghost thing. It appears that there is indeed some teleportation magic going on. You found a circle in the tower with Dalvar. You spoke to the lass, who turns out to be a lass in disguise, for quite a while. Dalvar insists that the Emperor is actually a really cool dude. Trust me, please. And took Tarn's mathematical manifesto to him to try and see if maybe they could work something out. And we'll see how that goes at a later date.
Gotta love the word manifesto.
No, it's both Dalvar and Tarnavak.
This episode's going to be a bridge moment. Or it would be, but Tarn ain't here.
I mean, like, it was a fucking 38. A crit 30.
It was a very, very convincing set of mathematical formulae.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking poor Tarn is just going to end up as the director of the Ministry of Finance instead.
It's like I said, Dalvar has very explicit plans for Tarn now.
Yeah, that's, like, okay, who runs this country? Well, somebody gives the orders, but somebody has to, like, do the budgeting and hand out the dosh for it. That's a pretty fucking powerful position.
That's probably how they're going to try and persuade Tarn, for sure.
Be the
That's
Minister
almost
of the
certainly
Treasury.
going to be their argument. Yeah.
We'll see how that works out. You were given the teleportation code to a circle in the southeastern tip of the Empire, in the old Grey Raven March, but you've never been there, though it turns out you had that code circle all along. It came out of, I believe, a Minothan spellbook. But now you have a name to put to it.
How useful that we have just always had a fucking quick shot route into the Empire on a person.
I know.
That definitely didn't worry them at all.
It was very concerning. You still have 2 other unidentified teleportation circle codes as well.
Yeah.
We need to figure out the equivalent of like an unarmed bomb drone that we can, like a bomb defusal drone, and push it through a teleportation circle to figure out what's on the other side.
You know what would be nice? If we could just figure out like the equivalent of who is. You ping, who is like you ping an address.
Oh, yes,
like,
okay, yeah.
Address.
I was like, what kind of, what is a who is?
Could you can I just like scry on this, use this code and a scry spell to look at where it is?
Not the scry spell, but you do have means of finding out where these go to.
Yeah?
Yeah, we have a mirror. Just ask the mirror. We'll just be like, yo, what's up, Mirror Chan?
I don't like interacting with the mirror.
Oh, I like that mirror, their friend.
You just have to start with magic mirror on the wall.
Yeah, I think everyone's fine with the start of that. So the part of the follow-up when a lot of people will struggle.
Indeed. What I do find hilarious is that everyone is just going mirror, mirror, while it's magic mirror on the wall.
I mean, they perfectly accept mirror, mirror. They just like a fucking rhyme. I'm pretty sure I used magic mirror, shiny and bright at one point.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about the general thing of like, for what's the queen when she, in Snow White.
Oh.
Yeah, people think she says mirror, mirror on the wall. She doesn't. It's magic mirror.
Okay.
But yes, you could find out what those go to, if you so chose, through potentially one of many means. But you have not, and so they are a mystery now. What is not a mystery is what the three of you who are here are doing over the bit of downtime. At least in broad strokes, because Hashat, Ursula, and... Wait, who are you? Fuck you, you don't matter. Nahia all have families to go attend to for however long it is you want to attend to them. You really
Nahia has
aren't
been doing
under
very
much of a
well.
time crunch at this point, so you can just kind of vibe.
Yeah, I mean, Nahia's obviously been scoring tons and tons of family time, likely on hearing that the party's gonna eventually, recoalesce. She's gonna get some training done, and she'd like to take a trip down to Archelon and get Mori's sword back.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
He's still hanging on to it, and I really do need to go over there and put him on his ass.
I mean, you can try.
I can try.
He is
I have reasonable
still one of the
odds.
great sword masters of all time.
Yeah.
And
I've got reasonable odds.
Yeah.
well, can't really deny that. You just need to hit first.
Hit first and second, and probably a few times.
No, I mean you need to, because his, if I remember correctly, his demands bar was first to half health.
Yes, the way the duel was structured was first to blood, so half health.
Fair. Yeah, I will go head on down and give that a fucking go.
Okay.
Hey, we're sharing ships. Woo.
Yep. Hell, I'm probably
Bloody
giving you a
nice.
lift on mine.
Yes. Ursula did want to go there herself.
Yep.
So, let me see if I still have Archelon's place.
Do I have any leftover cold iron from having my place prepared for
I don't think you bought spare,
something?
so probably not.
No, okay, probably not. Okay. Well, I was gonna
No,
give
that's
that to Ursula to work with.
Yeah, it's very expensive.
It is expensive. I mean, less expensive when I can just, ask very nicely to make. For me, is relatively cheap, but that's also because of the whole wife sharing part. Leona is precious, meow.
Past me was a fucking genius and already updated this map to be in the correct time. Thank you, Past
no.
me.
Good job, past year.
That's very proud of
foresight.
myself.
Hey, I have a slight question.
Meows. Yes.
It's let's see. The Necrosaurs did not have the cold iron, correct?
The hootie what?
The sword that did 1d6 or 1d8 necrotic damage that we've found before. No.
No, those are just
But
They were
basic
super
bitch magic
basic.
weapons.
Uh-huh.
They're exactly the same as the psychic weapons we found in Sav&D. They're just plus 0, 1d6 extra weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Infinitely worse, though.
Yes. They are objectively not very good. Which is kind of the point. That's why you found them lying around in the dungeon, basically unguarded.
Yep.
I mean, not like we found a bunch of fucking goddamn vampiric blades in a dungeon either.
I mean, those things are guarded by a shitload of ropers and demons. The Necro Swords were guarded by Bone Knights, the CR 5 stat block you fought 5 million times.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, yes, you can in fact go to Lyris. Let's see. It is not very close by, so I will require some travel rolls to get the Wage Sworn all the way over there. Good.
Grim.
Ursula, would you like to handle Quartermastery?
I can give it a go.
And then one of the random deckhands will probably handle scouting up in the crow's nest. How is it that consistent? What the fuck?
Nice.
Okay, what's the fucking chance of that?
Not especially high.
I mean, it's the exact same chance as rolling any 3d20 numbers in combinations, like 1 in 300.
Yeah, but in sequence like that.
Yeah, that's 1 in 300. That's the odds of rolling any 3d20s. Anyway, yes, it is a fairly long journey, like 8 days. But
Bit of a
you
trek, yeah.
make it there without any significant problem. Indeed, you make good time all the way over. And now, for the first time, you get to see Lyris in all its current timeline glory. For the last you remember, this place was kind of a abandoned shithole full of zombies.
Yep.
Now
With the
it is
creepy
not.
fisherman.
Nice.
Whoa.
Oh, that's,
It is
this place looks so much nicer.
It is a tremendous, well-built city on the coastlines, with a massive castle looming over it, dragons flapping through the sky, a Kinaran cathedral stands bright and polished in the background, and you can see the great mines of iron, whence the old ironclad and his spawn keep their abode.
Nice. I wish I had this ending. It would probably be a lot easier than turning up at this doorstep. Or maybe that would appeal to someone like a sword sage. Very romantic to have challengers turn up on your door, ready to defend honor and yada yada yada.
Who knows? I'm want to have a chat with him to mostly to just bring forth news about. I think it was his disciple.
Right. A crazy salty man.
Well, yeah.
We'll probably skip on the crazy part of the description, but yes. He got his showdown against Tarnavak, and as one would expect, did not last exceptionally long, because not many people do.
I guess Tarn.
Yeah.
No,
Wasn't it Tarn who stepped up for it? Or was that you?
no. He kicked the shit out of Hashat.
Right, yes. Oh,
Like it wasn't like oh, it was a close call. No, it was just completely one-sided smash bash right into Hashat.
oh. Well,
He
I'm more
just makes the.
concerned about my odds against Tarkolon himself, but oh well.
Well, I think just look someone I. Maybe you're more sturdier than Hashat.
Not especially, but we'll see how it goes anyway.
So as you are
Indeed.
proceeding up the dock, several humans gather around, giving you what amounts to a hero's welcome.
Oh, hey,
After
what's
all,
up?
in this timeline, you saved a bustling city-state from a ancient undead curse, and they are
Makes
most happy to
sense.
see their heroes back. You are showered with gifts of fresh fruit and flowers.
Aw, thank you very much. and I will probably ask them. Blah blah blah. I was going to say, I imagine that there are trade goods that are popular here in Laris, and since I
Mhm.
knew I was heading down the wave, Sean, can I have picked some of those up? And if so, what is it that they like as far as imports are concerned?
Sure. Roll, I guess, investigate or persuade to figure out what it is they like here, because you don't know off the top of your head.
Could I go with stewardship, since it's kind of close to mercantile, I suppose?
Yeah, sure. It's running your trade business.
13.
Well, if there's anything that's always popular on islands, it's fresh food from the mainland that they don't have, which would be, beef, probably.
Sure. I forget. Was Cobalt Tail Steak coming out of Laris, or are they in high demand?
It would probably be in demand here because the kobold tail steak is coming from all the way over on the other side of the ocean.
Yes, you're right. Yes. Then yeah, I'll do that as a go between, and bring a whole bunch of tail steak. And heck, I will probably at some point have to look into seeing if any kobolds want to move in to be farm fresh over here on Laris. But I don't have that kind of authority, so I'm not doing that right now. Yeah, I'll come up with a whole bunch of cows and some kobold tail steaks.
We do have that free. You do have that freezer, but for larger,
Yeah, no, like I can carry like fucking 30 steaks myself, which isn't gonna feed like an adult dragon. I mean, it will, but it will feed one. So no, I probably have just a bunch on chillers in the hold, and I have to go down and cast some frost magic every morning. It's not a huge deal.
So, as you are making your way towards Archelon's estate, you can see that now in this timeline it sits pretty much directly beneath this enormous Kinaran cathedral up on the hills. Still now on the edge of the island, but in a much nicer neighborhood, so to speak, or indeed a neighborhood at all.
Yeah, I
There
remember it being
is
very much a lonesome shack.
indeed. There was really nothing around it when you visited, but now it's set apart from other houses and has a nice wrought iron gate and a stone fence around it, but it is set with other noble manners. And as you approach, you can see the gates are open, and there are several knights of Lyris, dragons all, who are standing around watching as a pretty blonde cat girl and a handsome elven warrior who bears a somewhat faint resemblance to August himself, at least in terms of complexion and hair color, are
Yep.
engaged in the depths of a sword fight. There's really no doubt that Archelon has the upper hand, but Victoria has learned much from her previous bouts and adventures. She is growing into quite the remarkable duelist.
Wunderbar.
And, of course, you catch sight down on the very edge of the rocks. A fellow wrapped up in a heavy, thick cloak is preparing a small boat to launch off and go fishing.
Oh, neat. Let's see here. I think I still can't see details under that mysterious cloak then.
No. It is
Okay.
very thick, very mysterious, completely impenetrable, yet you can roll perception if you want.
I'm good.
I have a question. Does that very hooded fisherman cloak do they look similar to a certain salty skeleton type of hooded cloak?
Make a perception check. Yep, they're very similar cloaks. Obviously, the skeletons was ancient and frayed, and this is fairly nice, but they are of a similar design. They have these flowing tribal patterns through them, very elven.
Well, yeah, that's Salty Skeletor was touched outside of the fucking, realm and time. So,
There's also a skeleton.
God, yes, I know, but so Archelon was a fucking, Dullahan, so
Indeed.
which is a fucking Fae in this goddamn game and not non-dead.
Correct.
Correct.
However, he appears to just be a regular elf at this juncture in time. At least
It would
his
probably
head
be really
seems...
rough to be Fae on the land of Cold Iron.
Yes. And indeed, there is plenty of cold iron like 20 feet in front of you guys.
Yeah. Come quietly and approach from the side.
As you step up, the two duelists finish their round. Vicky's blade is eventually knocked out of her hand, though she manages to leap back before Archelon can get his sword up under her neck to fully finish the bout. But disarmed, she has little choice at this juncture but to concede. He claps
She
her.
just whips out a hand crossbow.
She is not carrying a bow. This is a duel. That would be cheating. She can't use her most powerful ability. In much the same way that Archelon is fighting left-handed. Yes, the aged elf will clap Vicky on the shoulder and say, "Well done, girl. You're getting stronger every day."
Ha! Damn right I am. One of these days I'm gonna beat you.
I should hope so. You're about the first person I think who might pull it off. Although, I'll glance past you and thrust a sword down into the dirt. I see we have guests. Welcome back, you two.
It is a pleasure to meet once again. And, well, I'll saunter over and clap, arms around each knight's shoulders and smile warmly. I will hopefully have an opportunity to try and best you, and recover my lady's sword.
Ah, that's what's brought you back, eh?
But of course, Ursula comes with glad tidings too. And indeed, much has changed in the world, with but a few months of absence.
Yes, I suppose it does for you. Don't worry, catch to my age and you'll find each day is a bit more similar to the last.
I look
Well,
forward to
come.
that in the future.
Let's find you something to drink, unless you're that desperate to fight.
If you would like the chance to catch your breath back after training with Victoria, also pleasure to see you again. If
Yeah,
no
it's good to see you
complaints.
guys. Where's the rest of you?
Oh, just us visiting for now.
Left the
Everyone's off
the
with.
cow and the goblin behind?
Oh yeah, they're all.
And the kobold?
Yes, they're all spending family time. The cobalt, I think, is being used for breeding stud. I don't keep up.
Hmm.
Oh, and here, this is also for you. She will pull out. But I think I remember picking up a pretty sword. Not the Golden Dragon short sword. I already handed that one off to the. Oh no, I guess I do not. Well, I will pull out a bottle of vodka instead and hand that off to Victoria.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
You are very welcome.
So you're just
Yeah,
here
sure.
to ruffle some feathers and try and snag yourself a sword?
Indeed, Archelon happens to be the one in charge of taking care of the Morrigan's blade.
Yes.
And he will not return that unless unless I manage to draw blood on him. Or in this case, I suppose, draw very vicious bruise, because I finally am a blade wielder. But this blade does not bring blood. She will pull it forth.
Well, that sounds like it's kind of going to be a problem. If your sword doesn't draw blood, then how are you going to do it?
It's going to hurt like it will. I think you'll know,
Mhm.
and I trust Archelon to play fair.
Well, I
Oh,
am
if
still a
you'd
knight,
like
I
to see it.
suppose.
If you would like to see it, I shall toss him the hilt.
You will catch it out of the air and glance down at it. Not much of a sword. I think you may have left the blade at home.
Please, this is a civilized blade for a civilized age.
Oh, hell, you have been talking to August, haven't you?
Did he say that too? I thought they came up with that first.
He was always very proud of that moonlight sword of his.
Yes, it so happened that the last time I encountered that sword, it didn't quite trigger all of the bleeding person PTSD, and so I endeavored to create one far brighter, more radiant, something to face the undead evenly.
If that's the case, why have you come here seeking this old thing? Seems
Because
you
it
found a
still
blade
belongs,
worthy of yourself already.
of course, because that blade is the Morrigan's.
I see. Still championing her, eh?
But of course, she chose me, and I would like to make sure I do right by her.
He will nod slowly. Hand you the handle back. Well then, let us see what this new sword of yours can do, Nahia.
Very well.
He will.
And then in the fun of full drama, I'm gonna do the hand up to the top of the head and wipe down, and it's just gonna goth her up. The raven wings will sort of burst out. The classic look. As I toss on the otherworldly guise.
Alright.
And beamiate the sword forth.
If you're going to cast spells, Archelon will roll his shoulders and throw on one of his own.
Sure. I expected it. Still worries me.
It should, yes. He sets aside his training blade as he begins casting the spell and snaps his fingers to call forth a sword of midnight raven feathers that erupts into his hand. Black Talon, Morrigan's very own rapier. Hefts it to the sky with a flourish, gives you a bow, and then lunges forward deadly fast.
Come on. Fuck!
All right.
Oh,
Okay, here we go.
Let's see. Does he get a bonus on dexterity ability checks? No. Okay. All right. Yeah. You draw your sword, bring its radiant blade to light, and then before you know it, Archelon is on you already. Let's see. You have 3 of these plus 1, so 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. Well, I'm glad I'm immune to the radiant right about now.
That is very convenient, yes.
I made it through the round
Wait,
alive.
Are
what's
you
your
bloody,
AC?
though? Is the question.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you just fucking opened up and bloodied me. That's so irritating.
Wait, what's your AC?
22. Oh no, yeah, you're right. Never mind. He
Hey,
didn't
he
hit me.
did miss
nearly
you,
at all. He hit me once. I got hit 25 for damage. That's all I took.
I was very concerned for a moment there.
I just assume whenever fucking someone swings at me, I'm like, oh, I got hit. That's me fucked.
I was starting to think you just walked into this fight naked. I was like, oh, well, all right, if you say so.
Yeah.
All right, that looks a lot better. You can swing back if you like.
I do like.
His AC is 20 at the moment.
All right, we shall trigger the searing. Wait, no, I can't. I'm concentrating. Do I still have that up?
That is a good question.
I do.
Okay.
Never mind. All right, I can't searing. I don't really want to go ahead casting spells because that just fucking sets a bit of a precedent.
I mean, you already did cast a spell.
I mean, we both opened with one, but I don't really want to like combat cast at him.
Right, fair enough.
Okay, here we go. Swing one.
That
Is
is a hit. Ow.
And that prunes him.
It surely do. Boom. That hits him.
And another slamming. Kaboom boom.
Alright, oh man, that got him real fucking close. Jesus.
Oh, come on. If I got anything I could detonate then, even if I ditch my fucking spell. I don't think so. I don't think I can wing anything else extra out.
Alright. Archelon leaps to his feet a moment later. You've improved quite a bit.
Well, it was improve or die.
I still managed to miss you on the first one.
Fuck, I think he's got me though.
Unless you can shield.
No.
Yeah, Nahia still does not have the shield spell.
I am still a warlock. They don't normally have that. Let's see here. Can I gift the metallic for an AC bonus? What was it? Protective wings. Shield you or others. Grant a bonus to the target's AC against that attack roll. Okay.
Will potentially block that second to last hit.
Yep. Well, alright, now I've got 22 AC. So I can make it 26 AC and block that 22 damage.
Nice.
And then I take 16 and 22. Yes! I made it! 56 out of 104. I've not been bloodied.
Correct. You both barely got through the threshold. All right. You have another chance. Oh no.
Fuck. That's luckily it's a hex.
Inspiration.
Yeah, luckily it's a hex blade. I'll take your inspiration on the second one for sure, though. 25.
All right.
And we'll go with one last resounding smite just for style points.
Yeah, you do need it.
Boom.
Unless you really lowball it. Oh.
It's my best smite.
It is.
Oh, no, it's not. It's equal. It's tied for my best
Yeah.
smite. 37 is a fucking resoundingly good smite.
That is. You really highballed those smites, which helped quite a bit. Yeah. There is a lightning-fast series of blows exchanged between Nahia and Archelon too fast for most of the knights to follow. Only Vicky up there seems able to quite keep up with the back and forth. But, though there is no blood spraying from a great wound, Archelon does skid back with one of Nahia's strikes that gets through his guard. He tumbles to the ground with the force of the smite.
Probably looks a lot like a bruise, like spreading out across where they've been struck.
Yeah, all the way from like collarbone down to hip. Coughs and props himself up on the edge of the fountain. God's woman. You fight like a demon now. Well done.
Thank you. I've done a lot of watching other people be good at fighting with swords and gotten a lot of practice in.
What you mean by that is she watched me getting beaten to shit.
Yeah, I mean, I can't watch Tarnavak fight, he's too fucking quick.
Well, an alluring sight, I'm sure. Well, so be it then. The Raven's champion has finally crested her peak, grown into the warrior Morrigan knew you would be.
Thank you very
Congratulations,
much.
Nahia. You have more than earned this. We'll take the blade and drive it back home into its scabbard and hand it to you.
I will gladly accept the scabbard. I'll take it knight style, it was definitely fitting. My thanks, Sir Archelon.
You don't need to thank me. It's not as though I was your teacher all these years. I have only been holding on to this sword for the Morrigan, as was oathed long
and
ago.
I strove to learn because you were holding it. And so I do indeed thank you. It is an opportunity for growth. Especially since you completely decked me the first time.
Well said, girl. I'm afraid, Victoria, this would not have gone to you. This was oath to the Morrigan servants. Unless you've become a paladin while I was looking.
Nah.
I'm sure he has, a golf bag full of magical swords hiding there.
Oh yes, don't worry. I have a few blades that might suit your particular talents.
It's just a Krieg's mess on it that just says rip and tear.
No, it's even better. It's a bow blade.
Oh, that was...
The cross guard for the bow is a fucking secret. The cross guard for the great sword is a secret crossbow.
Wow, this sword's really cool. What does this button do?
Shrink!
Trolls the shit out of his student, that's what. Alright. And so, as you lay hands upon this weapon, Nahia, you feel Morrigan's power leaching through it and into you. Enjoy an artifact.
Ooh.
Look at what it says right there. Look. The second to last one.
Yep, charmed or frightened what's in your person. God, I love that bonus to cast haste. I will smile and just sort of do the classic cloak lift so that Morrigan can walk out of it.
Yeah.
All poofs of fancy raven's feathers.
She will do so. Grab her.
Given your fucking size, it would be just what's it called, like
She just steps
the
out of
scene out
her
of-
shadow.
Yeah, it's just a step out. Yeah, I'm basically just casting a shadow so that she can walk out without showing everyone her materializing. Because for some reason the gods fucking hate being seen literally disappearing and appearing. They only do it when you're not looking, or when you blink. So the cloak is
Yeah,
a
but
good
they-
is a good way to like allow her in at casual.
Yeah, but it reminded me of like a Christmas Carol when the the Christmas spirit, like open the robe and just those fucking gauntlet children appear.
Yeah.
My Lady Morrigan, you look a bit different than last I saw you.
No, he would blink.
I do
Your mother
not.
got to you again.
Yes, she did.
And now we match.
Mori will
Nahia beams at this fact.
Mori will smile as she stands between two other golden goddesses. Kalan will chuckle and then sketch a deep bow to her. Well, my oath to you, my lady, is complete now. 1,000 years I stood vigil over that blade. Now may you and your servant use it once more to put right all the wrongs in this world. You've made good progress, the both of you, already, and first with this island, and elsewhere, I hear. Cities saved, old kingdoms brought back, heirs to lost empires found. Truly the stuff of new legends.
Are you hiding a mirror in your house?
No, I am not. I do, however, have access to the king, and the king has access to spies. And they are
That
very
makes a
interested in
lot of
keeping an
sense.
eye on you.
It's both touching and concerning. If they ever want to just come by for an actual chat on the island, they're more than welcome to it.
Oh, but how do you know they haven't already?
True. Quack a brow.
Give you a mischievous grin.
Let's see here if I've been managing. I don't know. I've been managing my land really fucking well.
You have. It's very impressive.
Well, maybe. And then yeah, I will turn to Mori and kneel and present the blade. Your rightful hand.
I suppose you do have a sword befitting you as well.
Indeed. And I am not nearly so dexterous. Certainly, I would like to see that rapier turn to the hand of a precious little kitty instead.
Mori will take up the sword, give it a couple quick swings. It seems to meld to her hand, being so naturally that you would swear she was born with it. She nods slowly and then attaches the scabbard to her belt. It has been a long, long time since I felt this power through me. Good.
Yeah. Jeanette out there is a rapier wielder. I think she would suit the blade one day.
Yes, she would. And she will. But for now, I think, unless you crave the sword,
No.
I'll carry it myself a while. We have business, you and I.
We do. I'm excited to see it done and hopeful of what will come of it.
As am I.
Nahia will smile. And I believe Ursula has something to talk about, and I'm sure we could all sit down for dinner and drinks.
While all this been happening, Ursula's just during the fight be like, "Go Nahia," and then just come back to the fisherman.
Yeah, I'll get to you in just a second. Let me finish updating Maury's sheet.
Yeah.
Do not worry.
I picked up an artifact and immediately handed it off in Nahia fashion.
It really is, yeah. Pop.
I mean, that sword would have been really fucking good in pretty much almost every
Yeah, of
fucking
course.
dungeon we have been in.
Absolutely. But it's just not how Nahia's built different, you know?
Yeah. Bottom heavy.
Oh please, she's heavy on both ends.
was more thinking of the muffin top.
Yeah, that's somewhere in the middle.
She's well balanced. Well balanced.
Yeah.
No, given the difference of the height her horns give her, that's towards the bottom.
Oh, please, we don't count horn height. Otherwise, Nahia would be in another fucking token bracket.
Yeah, has a fat dumpy.
Shot would be a fucking gargantuan creature.
Biggie
Yeah.
horns.
Alright, so yes, Ursula,
Oh,
while there is a big old sword fight going on, you have scarpered down the hillside to find a fisherman currently busying himself with a boat. The fellow looks up at you and gives you a friendly nod.
yeah, and she will greet him as she greeted him the first time. Greetings, good fisherman. Are they biting? Will they be biting well lately?
Well, not yet today, but we shall see. They say it is best to go fishing early in the morning, but I'm a bit old for getting up before the sun's crested the horizon. No, this is just a relaxation activity still, and if I come back with no fish at all, that's just as well as coming back with a prize winner. But how have you been, Ursula? It has been a long time.
Well, it's been ups and downs and lefts and rights. Can't really complain too much. So I just do what I can.
Good, good. That is all anyone can do, isn't it?
Well, there's a lot of things people can do, but
Yes,
if
but
it's
one
in
can
their
never do more than their best. You can do less, of course, but I would not expect that from you. You and your friends are exceptional people, after all.
just shrugs like, we do what we can.
No need to be
Mostly.
humble, it's the truth. Archelon has told me much about your exploits before and after you've come to this island, and that alone was worthy of a saga.
Nah, not for me. For me, it was just trying to, protect my friends.
For me, it was Tuesday.
Of course, ever the humble one. Well, I'm surprised you aren't
What?
watching the fight up there. It sounds like... Oh, it sounds like it's over. That was
Yeah, I just
fast.
held up 3 fingers and just counted it down when he started saying that.
Archelon actually lose? Well, that doesn't happen very often. Must have been holding
Oh.
back.
And else maybe it was time to pass on.
Yes.
Pass on the blade, sort of panic.
This is Archelon begins turning to dust in front of you.
That wouldn't be the first time, though.
No,
I've seen that happen.
it would not. Fisherman will nod. Well, either way, it seems the blade is passing on. Never thought I'd see the day at this rate. It's only took, what, 1,000 years? My
Yeah,
time
it seems
doesn't
so.
fly at all.
Well, when he sees the Mori step out to claim it, it is like, it's passing on back to its original owner. Ah, fuck it, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, he's down here, he can't see shit.
Morris not exactly Nahia at all. If she was a fucking 8-foot blonde elf, then yeah, he would have fucking seen that. But no, she's like 5 foot something.
we stand our compact goddess.
Yeah, she's best friend sized, and that's all that counts.
You know. Yeah, as you're speaking, the fisherman starts like fiddling with the rope on his boat, holding it on to the rocks.
Although, good fisherman, we never really were introduced. You were given my name, but I was never given yours.
Why, hogwash. We were all introduced when you met Archelon. I admit I'm a bit forgettable, but you wound me, Lady Ursula. You wound me.
Well, I do have, my brain has been a little bit, I've taken a few hits over, well, I've actually taken quite a, man, I've taken a stupid amount of hits. Go ahead.
Yes, well, might I recommend a better shield then, or a helmet? Padded, preferably.
Well, at least she just, like knuckle taps on her head, and it literally sounds like just knocking on stone, like a stone wall. Well, at least it's gotten hardened.
I'm not sure that's really beneficial to you, but good for survival, I guess. But yes, if you have forgotten, the fellow will
That's
slowly draw down his hood and give you a nod. His sharp elven features come up from beneath it. I am Reynard, Lord Archelon's attendant. It's been my pleasure to serve at his side for nigh on 1,500 years.
Like I said, I'm sorry for not having remembered names out of character. It's just me too, but
I mean, no, like we never heard his name because
No.
he was
I know.
the fisherman back in the day. Yeah.
Yeah, in this timeline, your characters clearly actually met him, but not in the timeline you're from.
Yeah, so that's the problem is when you're like this, like chronologically disassociated. So yeah, it's sorry, Chronos disassociated. Yeah, more like that. Yeah. Though my news, I have some news for Sir Archelon. It's involved. So what was the name? It's involving Laurent.
Laurent? That's a name I've not heard in a long time. Many years indeed. What news comes of him, my lady?
He has now honorably fulfilled his oath and his charge.
That is interesting indeed. Good to hear, I suppose. Good to hear indeed.
It was his display of the sword was nothing short of brilliant.
Well, I should hope so. After all, he's served as Archelon's right hand for nigh on 1,500 years.
The hero of the Black Sand Wars on the sword shade of Lyris.
Yes, yes. Familiar titles indeed, though they don't carry as much weight as they used to. Even dragons have half forgotten the Black Sands. Those were different times. Different indeed.
Well, for what it's worth, I would love to hear about them.
Perhaps some other time. There perhaps is a reason those memories are forgotten. I see now, in the benefit of hindsight, my people, the great elves of yore, were not perhaps the gentlest of civilizations. We were young and violent then, thought the world belonged to us. And it did for a time, but all things end, it seems. Even the immortal.
Well, the whole, I don't know, the saying like pride begetteth fall or something like that.
Yes, pride and bigotry and a great deal of bottled-up hatred for a god that perhaps did not deserve to be so vaunted after all. But you can ask Sir Archelon if he would share the story. Those memories, they sting a bit too much for me. Oh, these days I
Well,
am but a fisherman, no warrior any more.
it's it just chuckles. Well, I may not have centuries or maybe a millennia, but whenever you have been taught how to fight, and afterwards when you learn not just how to fight, but to do battle, it just flexes her hand and just into a fist, knuckles and joints cracks. It never leaves the hand.
No. No, once a warrior, always a warrior. Or, as my father used to say, you can take man from the battle, but you can't take the battle from the man. Wise
Yeah,
words.
he just reaches down and picks up a force-sized rock, one-handed, and until then, and in the end, it doesn't matter whether you're holding a sword, lance, rock, or a fishing pole. So it stays.
It does, but there's perhaps a lot less innocent blood on the end of a fishing pole. Especially when I throw most of them back these days.
Well then, it just looks over. He has a different type of bait now, correct?
Pardon?
This is Hedrah asking
Oh.
Savin.
Okay.
He has a different type of bait now that the island is not, a desolated ashen wasteland, correct?
He has a what is that word? Fate?
Bait for fish. Bait.
Oh,
Fish
bait.
bait.
I mean,
Yeah.
no, he's still probably just using worms he picked up off the island and still around.
Yeah, because he was using a specific bait back on Lyris when it was, ashen hellhole because everything was fucking dead.
I genuinely don't remember.
Yeah, because I got some of his special bait when he caught that giant ass gigafish.
Them plump necrotic wigglers.
Yeah, because he pulled up a giant ass, like almost Ursula-sized fish out of from the pier we were at. He just grinned as he walked away.
In this timeline, he has but a bucket of worms. One little wiggle.
I'm just, you know, reaches into a backpack, pulls out the weird bait. Ah,
Surely that would have spoiled by now.
depends on what it is.
I think they were like necrotic worms.
Do you really think that they would fucking spoil if they're necrotic worms?
Yeah, if they were alive and now aren't, they're probably not as good as they were. I don't know.
All I know was his special bait that he had, and it used to catch all the biggest fish. So I don't know what the hell it actually is, because I never got told what the fuck it actually was.
It could have just been raw fucking talent.
Yep, turns out it's just an empty jar. His special bait was a raw-ass hook and a lot of magic. No. He will look into
The secret was inside it all along.
He'll look into the jar and recoil as a pungent odor reeks out of it. Ugh! God's woman, what is that?
Well, it used to contain bait a fisherman once gave me.
Well, I think the operative word there is used to.
Yeah, it just looks at the empty jar. It's like,
It's just a black sludge inside once you peer into it. Well, I'd say toss it into the water and some fish might float up for you. In the meantime, I'll take my chances with the worms. I appreciate the offer.
Very well. At least the least I can do is just give you a push out.
Well, that I will take happily. Thanks, my lady, and may you and your friend have a pleasant day.
I will hopefully have as good as I can be. And I do wish you the best of luck with fishing.
Yeah, you give him a push out, and the boat will begin sailing off. You will take up the oars and cruise on out the good stone's throw before tossing a line. You are finishing up with him. You turn to see Mori crouching on the edge of the cliff above you. Everything all right, Ursula?
Yeah, just adjustments and, correction into the memory.
Yes, it is strange for you, I imagine.
Well, a lot of things is strange for me because, yeah.
Mori will pull you the rest of the way up, which doesn't really help much, but, thought that counts.
Yeah, it's like I just have just a fucking grip with my hand can pull myself. I just poke and hold her.
Well, looks like there's a grill on, so let's go and be social.
Yeah.
Grilling meats. Nahia's grilling meats.
Grilling meats.
No.
And yeah, you can enjoy a grill down with Arklon and Vicky. Get them bell steaks did.
Heck yeah.
Ursula, was there anything else you wanted to accomplish here on the island?
Yes, I would want to. Other than, giving the information that Laurent had honorably served his oath and charge and has now moved on, to ask if there is a way to have, well, just Dragonsong reforged. He was a stalwart and trusted companion. It still pains me that she's gone, but
Arkalon will put a hand on your shoulder and tell you that the answer still has not changed since the last time you asked him. That while you could reforge the blade itself, the magic that powered it is gone, that soul has departed, and it seems to have done so at great cost to itself. The last time, he reminds you, you decided to leave it as it was, as a memento of the sacrifice Sayankara made for August. But if you change your mind, he's sure that any smith in the country would be delighted to reforge the weapon for you.
yeah. Even now, some momentum is seeing it broken. It doesn't sit right. She never broke.
That she did not. Very well then, after lunch I shall take you to my favorite smith, and Velas can put the weapon right for you.
Indeed. It would be nice to see it whole again.
And true to his word, after a couple of hours spent socializing, Arkalon will take you, Nahia, and Vicky down into the town to a blacksmithy run by a quite large blue dragon woman who will take up Dragon's Song, chatter excitedly about getting to work on the legendary mace of the realm's once and future queen, and will set to work on it. It takes the rest of the day, even with her mage smithery, but when she's done, she presents you with Dragon's Song. It feels different. It lacks that cold ice to it. It lacks the intelligence lurking within. But it is certainly a masterwork weapon, and it retains a hint of the cold edge it once possessed. Well, nowhere near as strong. It does just 1 point of cold damage, in addition to d6 magic bludgeoning.
Yeah,
The smith will apologize and say that is the best she can do. But it is a ready
Yes.
receptacle for further enchantments if you so desire.
well, yeah, I do have some. I have some magic that can be put into it, or like transferred into it.
Smith will say that she knows how to work soul stones if that is what you have.
Oh, that takes quite a while.
So does any
I remember.
enchantment.
Yep.
It is indeed, but let's see. I wanted to know which soul stones were earmarked for people.
Ooh, good question. None by me.
Oh, I think Cass has used the Storm King soul. Let me get that off there.
For which one?
Cass used the
Weapon.
Storm King's soul on his sword. He has a smite.
Yep.
Little baby smite.
Yeah. Part of Team Smite. Smites are cool. Everyone knows smites are cool.
It would be very appropriate for Ursula to use the Poison Prince's soul on her weapon, but it also feels like kind of sad for poor Dragon to get that soul stone stuck in it forever.
Honestly, none of them
Yeah.
are particularly pleasant soul stones.
I mean, there's really no such thing as one, but
No, that's true. Those are like few and far between.
Yeah, that's the thing though. The fucking bloody abomination soulstone. I'm just looking at that and thinking, I'm really surprised that Tomokiri hasn't gotten that fucker on it.
Tomokiri
And
can't get
actually
anything
can't
on it
fit
unless
anything.
legendary.
It's so fucking
Oh, it's already.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's maximum big deck.
Okay, and the thing is though, the transference.
You mean Celadure's transference?
Yeah, well,
This smith cannot do that, but any wizard you know, including probably Nahia, can do it.
Yeah, I can put one in. We've got some time. There's no rush.
yeah, it's the effect that makes it that you require attunement. Plus, the secret is also really fucking nice, but
From weapon?
Wolf Claw.
Yeah, Wolf Claw is pretty good.
Yeah, it's transferring of those abilities there that would be useful. And then I can actually just chuck. I can throw Dragonstone through the air.
If you yeet a mace at people.
Yeah, but then it will start singing through the air.
It's true. Let's see. Does Dragon
That'd
Song
be the
still
cool
have
shit.
a handout? Yes, it does. Alright, I'm going to make a copy of Dragon Song, just so we don't lose the original. Because you never know. Alright, so right now, let me just dick around with the sheet. So, Dragon Song is a common magic item that gives you +1 to attack and damage rolls. It has none of these other effects currently. But attack rolls, extra damage, Alright, it's lost all its other properties. So that is what you have right now. You are free to transfer soul stones or use Celadure's transference as you see fit.
Yeah, so okay. So is it possible to just move what Wolfclaw had onto it?
Yeah, you can, if you want, completely disenchant Wolfclaw. That will bring Dragon Song up to a very rare item. But you can do it, no problem. Well, I mean, as long as Nahia passes her check. Which is a DC 10 plus double the rarity level of Wolfclaw, which is common, uncommon, rare. So a DC 16 Arcana check to do the first transference.
Yeah, it's the whole chucking and getting it back. That's what's really interesting for me.
Sure. Okay. How long does the transference take? I can't
1
remember.
hour.
But I open. It's 1 hour.
Yep.
Would the smith be willing to help, or in fact, they might just be better at Arcana than me?
She is not a wizard.
Okay. Right.
You can have Morrigan help you.
Yeah.
She's much worse at making the check, but you know. All right. So, and you wanted to start with the throwing property, Hedrah?
Yes.
Okay. Let me grab that then.
I like the idea of flame brand to dinner table still.
What was that score?
I was looking at the description for Saladry's transference, and one of the examples is you could move a flame brand onto another sword, but not a suit of armor or a dinner table.
Yeah, you you cannot make a flame brand dinner table. As cool as that
Not
would actually kind of
rich
be.
That would be
mahogany.
great.
The glorious
Did
return
you
of rich
actually-
mahogany.
You could grill
Well,
your own
here's a
meat
question.
on it.
What about this though? If you have, like, say, tavern brawler and every weapon you're proficient with.
No, it's still not a weapon. All right. Wolfclaw has lost a rarity step, so it's now just an uncommon. And
Okay.
Dragon Song has become uncommon as well. Which property would you like to do next? If any.
Well, a +1 would. Wait, does the stack with the +1?
It does.
Oh,
You can indeed have a +2 Dragon Song if you so desire.
I. Winter's Howling instead.
Okay. Another Arcana test, which you pass handily, especially since the DC has gone down. Boop. All right. Dragon Song is now rare, and Wolfclaw is just a common item.
But it's a common hand axe +1.
It is. It no longer returns to your hand, but it is a common hand axe.
So at least it's magical in that level. So, oh, by the way, it does return to my hand because I got the bracers.
Yes. It just wouldn't return to anyone else's hand, I guess, or that's no longer an inherent property to the item. Okay. So
Indeed.
add
So
the
that's-
price
those were-
of, let's see, 25 times 3, 75. 125 GP worth of material components. You have transferred 2 items, or 2 item properties. If you would kindly mark that
Okay.
off.
125, you say?
Mm-hmm. And if you're content with mucking around with Wolfclaw, then I can close these handouts.
Wolfclaw is done, but the soul stones can be popped in,
Correct.
right? Question, is that like a d6 and a +1, or it's just a d6?
For which one?
Well, both have that, or +1 and 1d6, and
Right.
1d6
So
has
with
to go
these, with the Poison Princess Soulstone, you can choose between 2d6 poison damage or +1 to hit and +1d6 poison damage. With the Bloody Abomination Stone, you get a +1 to hit, period, and then you choose either acid or fire damage to do 1d6 of.
So did you need another Arcana?
It feels greedy to ask if it's possible to take those gems.
I mean, we're at the end of the game. Fucking go for it. I don't think any of us have any need. Do you have anything you need it for, Kina?
I don't think so.
No. I believe you are welcome to them. I was considering hanging on to the poison one to make something for Nahia. Just a little bit of fuck you revenge put in the ring. But otherwise, I don't necessarily mind.
Well, if I add the abomination and add, say, acid and +1.
Yep.
And then 2d6 poison.
Mm-hmm.
Good day.
Or
Acid
you could
and
get
poison.
a +3 weapon that does 2d6. You could have an even bigger
yeah,
dick than Tarnavak.
Yeah, but recklessing.
Yeah, I know. There's really no
It's
reason
true.
for you to go
For
for
you,
the
there's no
pluses.
point. Yeah, you definitely just want more dice to potentially crit with while you're recklessing.
I will say though, if this thing is coated in acid damage, there's no way you can apply like Mage Bane or anything to it. It will just destroy that instantly.
That makes sense.
Yeah, no, I never apply Mage Bane to magical weapon because it's
You always did it on your chain, right?
Yeah.
Yep. I had that chain specifically made for
Yep.
that.
I'm
because
just
last
letting you
time
know
we did
that
it-
there's no applying any sort of blade oil to a weapon that's got acid fire on it.
Acid fire.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Is it fire poison or acid poison?
Yep, it's one of those two.
Poison.
Acid poison. Sure, that will take 2 weeks for Nahia.
Yep.
She shall
All right.
yeah,
So
head back to the island and finish that up for you.
attack rolls. Attack rolls made for it. It feels. So since you can't actually have 3 damage types, and poison damage sucks, how about we do it does 3d6 acid, 3d6 plus 1 acid damage.
Sounds net benefit.
That works too, but I've also like when you said poison damage sucks. This is a cold iron weapon.
So here's the thing, right? There's a lot of things that are resistant to poison, and then they'd go down to being just normally vulnerable to it. But
There's nothing
even
weak
more
to
things are
poison.
just immune, like all undead and constructs are just straight up
Yeah.
immune. And yeah, sure, they'll take half
That is
damage
true.
now, but it's still worse than acid damage.
That is true. Acid
So-
is one of the rare, other than fucking force.
So it is a big gimme to just give you full acid damage, but I think
Yeah.
for the end stretch of the game, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
So
It's
Yeah,
like
also
I'm
it's
trying to
such
think
a-
of how many people actually have that resistance.
some demons, and that's about it. And
Yeah.
Yeah, we know
acid-based
a
creatures.
fucking demon.
And none of them have a
has
fucking weakness, though, which is weird.
All right. So when it's all said and done, this is Dragon Song 2.0. It is now a legendary +2 hammer that does 3d6 extra damage. That's a meaty, chunky weapon you have gotten yourself.
At the very end, it's the worst. Dragon Song Reforged.
This is Dragon Song the remaster or the Redux.
Hmm.
Dragon Song out of early access. God, I'm so hungry.
So once you two have finished getting Dragon Song repaired, you can pretty much just do the enchanting on the trip back. Assuming you don't, crash or something. So give me a couple travel rolls.
Sure.
Okay, we're back to the 22 gang.
I'm glad
23
you're,
gang.
I'm glad you're not being
27 gang! We're getting there in great time.
All right, indeed.
I'm real good at boats.
I'm proud of you. I'm very proud of all of you.
Yay!
You boated. All right, so while you guys are fucking around, it looks like Hashat is getting 22 days at least of just raw-ass family time.
Oh, a whole
Nice.
month of family time.
And
Wait,
probably even
And
more
remember,
than that
you have to
since...
make sure that it is
I have a
definitely raw
question.
and ass.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
How long? How long until the elf wives have their kids?
Let me go unarchive my
I'm
calendar.
trying. It's gonna. It can't be too much longer. I don't think.
Probably not if they haven't already.
Panic mooing.
Calendar. Let's see. Oh, you got until sometime in September. Those are going to start popping out.
Okay, I still have time.
Yes. So right now, after these 20-something days, experience we and last session on June 9th. So basically, it's the start of July.
Okay.
In fact, let me.
So aside from
hold on 1 second. Let me just get the calendar updated so we don't lose track of ourselves here.
okay,
Hedrah, how many days did you want to spend with Orson in Narame before you went on Dragon Song Quest?
Well, it's going to be a couple of days because so much to go through.
How
and,
many is a couple?
Climb it in. At least 3-4 days.
All right, 5
because
days
he
with
has-
Orson, and 22 days. So 27. So that is 3. So it is August 6th right now. Oh, in fact, the day that Nahia is finished with Dragon Song, Gianna pops out Cass's baby.
Oh, that happens while Hashat's there.
It does! Yay!
Yeah.
So
And
here's...
Cass, don't forget, he's glad to be like there
Yeah,
for an actual
he's
kid instead
very
of a
happy.
Calliston bastard just popping out.
I'm
So
sure Saracine is also
let's...
very happy to be around for it.
Yes, Saracine is super into it. So here's some events that happen while everyone's doing their family business. Let's see. So obviously we ended with the cat cows being born. Arik and Nettie have their daughter. Arik comes back from Stormvale to be with his family, and Hashat, when you send your mom that message, she will say that you're not the only one giving her grandbabies just about now. She is very happy to share that with you and to hear that your family reunion is going to be very big.
It's gonna be. They have no idea.
No. Nahia, your son with Cleona is born. You are probably just barely getting back to the island in time for that.
That's probably why I fucking rolled a 27. I'm just like, I gotta get back.
No.
Mama's coming home.
Do you have a name for your new son, your little Catmander?
Now, let's see here. I think that Cleona probably has someone that she'd like to name her son after, considering her past. I have no idea if that's really the case.
Not particularly. Considering The only person she had a really strong emotional connection to who was male and a catfolk was a necromancer.
Fair. Good point.
Probably doesn't want to heave that off onto the kiddo, so...
Alrighty then. Let's see here.
I need to come up with a Gianna Castlet name, too. At some point. Yeah, what do you
Let us
think?
go with. I quite like the idea of Eric, like the classic sort of scan spelling, the ERIK.
Alrighty. Eric.
Eric Losstaker.
Eric Lizardfolk is born. A couple of days later, a new shop hops into being up in Dethick Dale. A couple of weeks later, Gianna and Cass have their son. The very next day, Jacquard and Drina's daughter is born. However, by the time you hear of that, unfortunately, so too comes the news that a few weeks before, Jacquard
Aww.
passed away.
Oh. Oh, Jakar.
You will be missed.
I guess it's Jakara's camp, not Jakard's camp anymore.
Yeah. Yep.
What a legend.
Yeah, he passed off with one last heir coming into the world. Doesn't ever get to meet her dad.
Oh.
Still knocked her up. He's like, I got the buzzer beater in.
And yeah, once we get to August 6th, it is like a month until Hela's daughter is born. And then once September rolls around, it's just going to be popping elf cows out like crazy.
Oops.
Yeah.
So theoretically, you could, if you start now, I think from the 6th, you can basically make it all the way up here, through here, down here, probably before Hela's kid comes out, if you wanted to. It'd be a bit of a speedster go, but you could do it.
Where? Going where?
The rest of your questing.
Oh. Hmm. And then I guess at the very last thing would be to bring Mira to the sword grave and then see how that turns out.
Oh yeah, you should probably do that first, actually.
Okay.
That'll just take a couple days.
Yeah.
In fact, really, you could... Well, no, presumably the whole party wants to be there for that.
Mm.
And if not, just have Hashat go. That's fine with me.
What is this for? The heir?
Yes. The
I know
missing
Koina
heir.
wanted to see the conclusion of that, seeing as she was present for the meeting with them. So you won't have to be completely alone if you don't want.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I'd love to see
Besides
that.
her normal business, she was like, "Yeah, of course, I would love to see this out. So let me know when you're headed down." So
Okay.
I'm sure she can take a couple days out to meet you there.
Sure.
Majority of people have taken their feral licks for that sort of grave.
Alright. So, then I guess shortly after the 6th, once Cass can be parted with Gianna, or actually, you can just pick Cass up in Avar after a few days, so the rest of the party, sans him, can just kind of vibe on up to the sword grave.
Sure.
Alright.
So how much time? How much time is Hashat spending at Greymore then?
You are spending 22 days
Okay.
And Cass says he will meet you guys in Avar when you're done with the Swordgrave.
Okay. I'm gonna pamper the shit out of all my wives.
You absolutely fucking have, and they all love you. They did that before, but
And Hashat is definitely going to tease and flirt with Saracena at every opportunity.
Careful not to ruin your own property value.
I'm gonna try. And she's definitely going to repeat the question and continue and keep asking Saracena if she will marry her, because they had kids together, so Hashat has to try and take responsibility. And also just because she just really, really, really wants Saracena.
Saracena will ask if you want a restraining order.
Oh, don't do that to me. Why would you even suggest something so cruel and horrible and unnecessary?
Because it's funny, pet. It's extremely funny watching you squirm.
Oh no, I'm the pet now, huh?
And you've always been the pet, darling. Always and forever. She will reach up and just pull your chin down and give you a smack on the lips.
Oh. Well, have you know you're much closer to head petting range.
Don't threaten me with a good time. Now get going, your friends are waiting. This poor bunny has been sitting here for almost a month.
Yes. Well, that's good. Well, sort of good. I wanted her to have plenty of time to think things over.
Well, she certainly has had that, and plenty of time to read all of those Minothan books.
I guess I'll find a mirror then. Let her know we're getting ready to go, and ask her what she how much thought she's put into things.
I don't know
Of
what
course,
thought there is to put into things yet. At least, not until I see what the spirit has to say. It's not as though there's a country to just go and take over, is there?
no. If all you want to do is set their minds at ease, or I'm not sure what you want to do. It's something only you can do, I guess.
Indeed.
Turn them down, take it up, or for even if it's just symbolic.
Well, first we need to see what it is.
True.
For all I know, they may just want to pass on ancient wisdom, or just see that their bloodline hasn't died out after all.
Some peace of mind in the end for them to take into the dream. Yeah.
Indeed, that would be what I would want in their shoes.
It's not an unreasonable thing to want. Well, let's get going then.
And so the party does. Scoop Tarnavak off. There you go. Goldie, you're promoted to player character for now.
Goldie!
Goldie! Unless Ursula wants to leave somewhere, I guess. You know, that's your prerogative.
Well, Goldie's been traveling around, getting to see the world, and like getting accustomed to people and being trained.
So
once we're heading out to, yeah, for this, sure, but for the last bit, no. That'd be too fucking dangerous.
sounds good. So yeah. No travel check required. You guys have cleared this part of the world out pretty thoroughly. Although, when you stop in on Narame, you will hear from Suhail that there have been sightings of more undead in the fringes of the forest recently. He's starting to put together a group of acolytes to start hunting them down. But that forest is a dark and haunted place, and he suspects it will take many, many years to clear it of monsters, even if he puts his mind to it.
And the Fae there are also kind of troublesome.
Yes, we're lucky we're closer to the summer court, I believe, anyway. The winter Fae are trouble, but the summer at least are just playful. I imagine they're not happy about having undead in their territory either.
Probably.
But yes, the party can set out from Narame.
Well, I can't just leave Narame. I have to make the rounds.
Well, I
have
mean,
to
yeah,
go to-
obviously you make the rounds, get to fill up these enormous pregnant bellies. These poor elves.
Oh,
Oh, did anyone from
they took their potions, so that's good.
Yeah, did anyone from Gaelavos come over and move in?
There are a few new settlers in the town. The
Yay!
Lord and Lady are happy about that. And they also received some support from Queen Karista finally.
Double yay!
Nice.
And so yes, you will get thank yous for that. You will get many tummy rubs around. And Nahia perhaps will take a little bit of a cutting from the starwood tree for her own projects.
Yeah.
Considering how much you help the tree, even its grumpy castellan can allow that, he supposes.
I promise it will only be used to put fresh beauty into the world. It will be invigorating this, and I'll show him the Starwood staff itself.
We'll accept that. It is a beautiful staff, after all.
Yeah.
And so,
Trust me, the end result will be used purely for unselfish means. Something to be passed through generations gradually.
well, that is the nature of a starwood tree, after all, but yes, you've more than proven yourselves worthy of its grace. Make it with my blessing.
My thanks.
Yeah, you can get yourself a nice branch of starwood.
Wonderful.
And so, equipped and invigorated, the party can set out for a journey of a couple of days to the Sword Grave. The place is much as you remember it. There are no fresh monsters nor petrified adventurers here. That is in no better array than when last you were here. However, there is a lonesome ghost waiting when you arrive. The familiar presence of Princess Reshimira. She glances up when you enter, claps her hands excitedly. Then her eyes fixate on Mira. The bunny will take a few steps forward and look nervously at the lot of you. Are you
I'll
sure
go.
about all this?
Don't worry, I'll be right with you.
All right.
Oh yes, don't walk around that thing. That thing's dangerous. The circle in the middle.
All right. Extremely important test right here.
Mari knows better than the Deus Ghost because she's already in the dream.
Oh, no. No. You don't understand.
Goldie.
All right.
Oh,
Goldie
God.
has been trained well enough not to piss on the circle.
Okay, good.
Something just compels him to want to, though.
Well, yeah, of course.
Mira will approach slowly. She still has this enormous rune hammer slung over her shoulder. She's kitted up in her adventuring gear, such as it is, mostly made by her own hand for this specific outing. She takes to the steps, and Mira will meet her there, sitting down on the steps. The ghost will glance up and smile at a lot of you. Thank you, all of you, for this. You're kind beyond words.
It is the least I could do.
That's what friends
Had
are
to-
for.
Had to do things right.
No, the least you could do was just to leave. You have no responsibility now. You've saved our souls. But instead you brought our blood. I can sense it so strongly in you. No, I must say I'm a little saddened to see you're not a beautiful cowgirl. Mira's bunny ears will twitch. Sorry, not exactly my choosing. But, what is it you asked me here for, Princess? I'm afraid your kingdom's long gone, and most of its subjects are now pastoralists with little interest in empire. Not that there's room for one anyway. We stand on another kingdom's ground now. Krishmira will just nod understandingly. I know, but still, it's important that we... Pauses, contemplating for a moment. It is important that you have what is yours by right. Even if there is no kingdom, there is still a queen. Ghost will hop up, go to Hashat. May I have it?
It's going to be very sad, but she'll hold out the hammer.
Do you give her the sword with it?
Oh, I mean that's the important part. Yeah, is the sword.
She will take both, and with a grunt of effort, lodge the hammer back into place on the altar, the sword sticking straight up out of its scabbard. Here, as is tradition, draw forth the sword, and with it you claim dominion over Minotha. Mira will glance at Cowgirl. What is even the point, Princess? What does it matter? If you want me to draw the sword, fine, but it doesn't change anything. You can call me a queen if you want, but when this is done, I'm just going to go home and be a blacksmith again. If that's your choice, then so be it. But please. Alright. Fine. It matters so much to you. The bunny will step up, lay hands on the sword. You can see Krishmira tensing with excitement. Mira plants a foot, heaves the sword from its scabbard. lowers it to her side, examining the blade itself. Was something supposed to happen? Well, it didn't petrify you, so no. Normally there would be fanfare and celebration, but after a moment, the princess just
Courtney
claps
will
her
clap.
hands.
Woo!
Yeah,
We'll clap.
Yeah,
Morrigan
Courtney
will as well.
claps. Fuck yeah, go Queendom.
Goldie does a little meow bark. No, you're just making it awkward.
Nah, think about it. You can have a, update your maker's mark.
Queen of a country. What the hell am I going to do with this? I don't know. I expected something mystical, some revelation. Princess just shrugs and says, well, I can't give you that, but I can give you this. She will reach out and she will put her hands on the sides of Mira's head, thumbs on her temples, and then wink out of existence. Ah,
And now
yes.
Mira has been blessed with the knowledge that it feels so fucking good to move.
She does indeed do a tiny little moo when she catches her breath.
What was that all about?
I think I see. She finishes the sentence in Minothan.
Huh.
Then does another moo. Fuck. Why does...
Yay.
Stop it.
Maybe you see you've picked up a little habit by accident. Oh well.
Does it feel so good to move?
Shut up. But yes, it does.
Yay.
My father was a Minotaur. It is my birthright to move if I want to.
That's
Oh,
right.
fuck yeah.
But my head fucking hurts like crazy. She puts the sword down, straightens her back, and just throws her head and moos very loudly.
Oh.
The hall shakes slightly, and the earth trembles under her feet. Hashat, you feel a discharge of earth power around you.
So you feel an overwhelming urge to move as well.
I mean, that too. The arcane circle behind you lights up, flaring to life. And Mira will collapse backwards, panting hard.
Oh, you all right?
It's fucking... Yes, I'm fine.
He's much better.
Shut the fuck up, nerd. My head is so full of things all of a sudden. It's
Take
like
a deep breath.
No, I don't need to breathe. I need to think twice as fast as I did before. That
Those are
fucking
called
cow
thoughts. I
dumped
know, they're-
memories into me.
Oh, I know how that feels.
Yes, so I've
Yeah.
heard.
Yeah, those are called thoughts. They're like pictures in your head.
What the
Like a
fuck
headache
would you
with
know about
pictures.
them?
I learned to
sorry.
understand them.
It really actually hurts quite a lot. Oh, and she glances down at her chest and frowns. Great.
Milky?
Yes.
Nice.
Not nice.
Oh, come on. How is it not anything but awesome?
Because I'm going to have to milk myself like a goddamn cow now.
Well, that's what you have a lovely partner for instead, because
I
let
don't
me
have
tell
one
ya.
of those.
Well, you know. No, I'm behaving.
Yes, don't you have a bunny harem?
Yes, I do. I'm sorry. It slipped out of me.
Yes, it's not like I've been exactly in the market for a partner for 3/4 of a century. Ugh.
You should
Well,
obviously do as Hashat does and go visit Gaelavast and pick up a whole bunch of elf wives.
The elves are so snooty, though.
oh,
But,
trust me, they're not that. They warm up. So she has the sword now.
Yeah, she's carrying the sword. The hammer, however, is right where you left it.
Retrieve the hammer.
All right. You can wedge it out of the rock where it was pressed back into by the princess. It
Okay.
feels just as magical as it did before, though obviously it has no sword attached.
Excellent.
So, this whole glowy thing back here?
Yeah, what the
Yeah,
fuck's up with that?
The circle does that sometimes. It's extremely powerful. You be careful with it.
What do I do with it?
I'm not sure if it wants to do anything. I'm not sure. It's inspect it.
Finicky?
This is the same. It's the same. It appears the same as it was the last time I interacted with the circle.
Basically, yeah.
Hmm.
However, the runes that are floating in the air have changed somewhat.
Hmm.
You don't know what that means, though.
Interesting. It is mostly the same, but it is different than the last time. Can I make an Arcana check?
Sure.
Yeah, 15.
You are not sure what has changed, if anything.
what happens if you touch it?
Uh,
Not that I intend to.
well, you shouldn't interact with it without a purpose. I used it last time to. Well, I used it to scry for you, Mira. It's I'm not sure of what exactly it can be used for. Aside from that, I also used it to scry around my domain and examine the resources in it underground. But as far as I've only scryed using it.
So it is a scrying circle.
At least that's one of its purposes.
Man, I bet if Saracina were here, she'd just, I don't know, go sunbathing in that thing.
Maybe.
I feel like the princess was attached to this thing for some reason, but it's kind of jumbled still.
Hmm. What do you think, Morgan? Any insight?
Insight about what? The
The
circle?
circle. Yeah.
What do you want to know?
It's. I. Hmm. All I know is that it's changed. Do you haven't know anything else about what it can do?
I have a general understanding, though Arcana is not exactly my forte. I am still a paladin under all this fresh gold hair and goth makeup. The rune's changing. I think they're acknowledging Lady Mira. Look, this giantish rune here. I believe that's the phonetic me. Ah, and here's Ra. And the Dalmanotha house symbol here. I think the scrying circle's just scryed its new owner.
I see.
I guess that belongs to you now, Mayor. Enjoy.
What the fuck do I do with a scrying circle? I don't know anything about magic.
Give it some time, and I imagine that the memory you've been loaded with will probably give you some inkling.
Yeah, maybe give it a bit to settle in.
How about we sit down and smoke?
I think I would rather have some fresh air, actually.
Okay, poke.
Ugh. But you know,
Yes.
I'm sorry. I just all of this. You come here, bring me out, give me part of myself back, make me a queen, and I sound like an ungrateful asshole.
You just sound overwhelmed, which,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
am.
Been there quite recently. Still kind of
Yeah.
stuck my foot like all the way in my mouth and down my throat about in a track. To her face. So I wouldn't worry about it.
Well, thank you. I don't know what any of this means or what I'm going to do with it. Perhaps in time I'll sort through these memories, this knowledge the princess gave me, but for now this seems just like a interesting attraction I could charge someone money for.
Well, that's a dangerous attraction. I'm gonna seal up this cave once you're done.
What? Why?
I don't want someone just stumbling into this thing. It hurts quite a bit if you aren't prepared for it.
She will consider that a moment and then nod. Very well. I think I should have no problem getting through stone if I need to now.
If I remember correctly, Hashat said it was like you scried the entire planet.
Sorta.
I've never scried
hard-
anything,
hard
was
to
the thing.
describe.
I know a little spellcraft, what came naturally from my blood, but actual wizardry, I've never tried it in my life. Never wanted to.
Oh, say.
Hmm.
Does the last bit of the Stone's Embrace activate? The last little bit.
Good question. Let me look. Stone's Embrace. Let's see. Sword and Stone. Once you have discovered the true origin of Stone's Embrace, return to us. Yes. Yes, it does.
Just in time for the last little stretch of the game.
Mm-hmm. So indeed, at this point, Stone's Embrace is a +2 hammer with 1d6 thunder damage. And the sword that Mira's carrying is a +2 blade. And due to the way you've solved this, they seem to be working independently of one another.
Oh. Well, that is nice. Well, I mean, that is nice. I was worried I was going to have to give up the weapon entirely, which I was kind of sort of expecting, I suppose. I'm pleasantly surprised.
You're
I
proud bonking
I was prepared to trade weapons with Mira. Like, hey, can I borrow your big magic hammer there for a little while? I have a couple unfinished businesses to deal with.
Whack.
I need to whack a couple more things. But no.
Excellent.
Well, Mayor, if you ever wanted to move somewhere else, I'd be more than happy to have your smithy move to my city.
And I appreciate the offer, but I'm sort of living in one of the best places in the world.
True. It is hard to top Illyria.
It really
That
is.
place was stunning. I literally can't wait to go back.
Well,
You can perhaps see why I'm not
it's-
so excited as I might be if I was some penniless peasant living in Pergoleth, as I am a warranted craftsman living in the City of Roses.
Yeah, no, it's a fucking
Well-
fantastic gig.
it's hard to top the city, but Hashat has done that.
I did?
You certainly topped
Literally.
the city, yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
ha 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 ha.
Yeah, you topped it vigorously.
Yes. I don't know if you know this, but people were talking about that for quite a while afterwards. It was really a spectacle.
Well, Saracina is just so wiggly.
Yes, well, I suppose it comes naturally when you're part of the earth to move like, I don't know, fresh clay. And again, those cheeks look pretty clappable, too.
Oh.
Just a tiny bit jealous. Oh, that's... Look at me, I have a libido again. That's nice.
Hey, that's great.
Hooray!
It is a hooray, I think.
Yeah,
I don't know, there's a
certainly
sort
think
of
it is for you.
zen to be particularly devoted to a craft and not to care about that.
Yeah, but it's so fun and relaxing.
And it's not like I haven't gotten laid in 75 years. Yes,
Well, you know.
never been a distraction like now all of a sudden.
But you started thinking of Saracen and your brain just went on like the journey.
Yep, pretty much.
To be fair, that happens to like everybody anyway, even if they're not gay or if they're, you know, you get what I mean.
Yes, yes, I do. I'd never really been interested in women before, but all of a sudden.
That's because they're fun to be inside. Or so I've heard.
So I have heard too.
Shifty coin your eyes. Clearly the reason she only temporarily dicked is because she knows she can't be fucking trusted with a permanent one.
Well, perhaps I'll find out someday. For now, though, I need to get to some fresh air in my lungs and moo a bunch, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Here's going
Hey, Hashat, how far away is the village?
Your village? Just up the road? Maybe a day?
Well, just make air quotes, a day. Be there.
Do you want to go home for a bit? Or for a day or so? Just visit?
Well, it's
I guess it's not really
the witch is
home.
there.
But...
Well, it's your home as well because you're gonna have to answer to your parents. But
What do you need from that
you're gonna have
witch,
to meet.
Ursula? You've learned everything there is to know about that day. You remember it, don't you?
Yeah, I do. But what I saw, and then after that, more things happened.
Are you
Like I
sure
said,
you want
I
to
remember
dive
what.
into that, though? I don't think there's any value you're going to find there, just disappointment in your fellow catfolk. Which,
What fellow cat folk?
I suppose most of them have died off now, but you get what I mean
Yeah.
in a general sense. There's no greater secret there, it's just people were shitty.
Yeah, but it's
I
an
don't think there's
answer.
going to be. I don't know that there's going to be more. No, yeah.
That's the thing. It's an answer. Whether or not it's a good or bad, it's an answer, and that's that.
I suppose. Far be it from me to tell you how to sort your own mortality out. Just make sure it's what you really want. That's something you can't unlearn.
Well, not with this head, just taps it. Not anymore. You know? If I had way harder hit.
I suppose we could ask Senator to modify your memory if you decide you hate what you find out.
Oh yeah, Mira Dalmanotha.
Yeah. Well, it's not much else. It is what it is. It's whatever is gonna happen. It's pretty much gonna happen, and the answer is just gonna be what it is. How I process it is what matters.
Alright then. Well, let's go then.
Hashat will moo in solidarity with Mira, so it's not too embarrassing for her. If there's someone else doing it, you know.
Yeah, of course. After all, it's a group activity, as we all know.
Exactly.
So, if you are content to leave, I'll gather up some tokens. Come on, Goldie. And you can head up to Mastings. Mira can't teleport or anything, so she'll just kind of walk with you guys.
Yeah, no Concoini.
Yeah, well, I'm not. I'm not going to teleport. I'm not going to do a bunch of Residium and teleport us around. Yeah, that would be just a bit much. I can send Mira back to back home easily, but it's just like it's not too far from here anyway.
Yeah.
So
Don't waste a bunch of money just teleporting me ahead of you. I can walk for a day or two. Besides, it's been a long time since I was out to the city. This fresh air is doing me good.
yeah, I guess. No, that's fine. I'm not going to do any sendings. It's fine. I was going to tell my folks that I'm going to be dropping by for a short time. I think I'll surprise it.
So yeah, you can start the trek up to Mastings. It just takes a day or so. You can pass by that old Fey fork in the road, cross the river and into town. Arik is there near the entrance to the village with Nettie in his lap and a tiny little cow baby in his other arm. He comes up and greets you with a great big hug and introduces you to his little daughter.
Well, look who it is. The responsible parent. Glad to see you're back home.
You too. And I hear you have a lot more children of your own now.
You could say that. Let's just say the family reunion is going to be kind of ridiculous.
How ridiculous is ridiculous?
I feel bad for Mira. I feel like nobody warned her about the pregifying effects of the Hashat hammer, aka that sword.
Lot.
Like 5 or 6? Kind of a lot. 7?
2 or 3 times that.
How is that even possible?
I kind of awakened the I kind of brought a fertility god back to life. And she has some powers and is kind of mischievous.
So a god knocked you up?
Well, she's not actually a god anymore. She's still got some
What?
of her. She's still got a little bit of power, but she's not actually a god anymore. She's an elf now. It's more like we both knocked each other up after doing a significant amount of property damage to a castle. There's a lot of there's a lot of elf cows, baby elf cows.
Uh-huh. So, like, he just kind of glances down at Nettie, shrugs. Well, that's a lot to take in.
I hope I don't give our folks a heart attack by accident.
Maybe leave out the god part. They have enough trouble
Yeah.
dealing with
Yeah.
us fighting undead in a magic valley.
Yeah, I'll leave that out for a little while.
Yeah, probably for the best.
Hayla's almost she's a few months. No. Yeah, no, she's a couple months out. Or is it just a month?
From right where you are now, it is a little under a month, like about 20 days.
Hayla's getting pretty big though. She's probably going to have hers pretty soon. Maybe a month or so.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
Not that you're hurting for more kids, apparently.
Oh, it's a good thing I'm fabulously wealthy, I guess.
Yeah, well, me and the gang, we got some pretty good success in that valley. Thanks for pointing it out to us.
It's a lot safer in there than it was. It's a lot wetter, though.
Yeah, the whole damn place is pretty well flooded out, but there's ruins been unearthed all over.
Did you run into a nice hoss up there?
Can't say we met a horse.
No.
Though.
Well, a horse girl. Solin?
Doesn't ring a bell, sorry.
No. Maybe she moved on. Maybe she's left the valley.
Yeah, we found an old camp in a ruined town.
Yeah, that's where she was staying. Except it kind of got sort of washed away in the flooding.
Yeah. I guess the water must have receded a little bit then, because we found like a dome of dry in the ruins of an inn.
Yeah. Okay, so she's hunkered down for a little while.
Yeah,
How
I
much of the valley
reckon.
did you explore? Did you find the harpies and
Didn't go that
Zala?
far yet. We were going up towards that
Oh,
big castle in the north, and I had to turn around to come back for Nettie, and then everyone else decided they'll just post up near the old dwarf ruins.
okay.
Well,
Well, if you
I guess
ever
people
go
still
to
live there. Mostly ruins.
yeah,
Yeah, that's my clan home.
Oh, I mean, they're the guests of some very lovely dwarves. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, we've pulled some pretty nice loot out of the place. A couple of magic swords, a
nice.
shield for Sig. It's good stuff.
What was the? Let's see. I don't see her. Doesn't have a. I don't think she has a token here on the NPC list.
Who?
Uh, the our orc friend from the city, from the place, from the valley.
Shale?
No,
Shell's
not
sister.
Shayla.
Oh,
The one with all the harpies.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was gonna say
Genoa.
like
Yeah,
Genoa.
Zenoa.
she has one.
Okay, it was
It's way at the
Zenoa.
bottom.
Really? I don't see one down
She's
there.
not visible to you guys.
Yeah.
She doesn't have anything written up in her little NPC bio. Yeah,
I was just trying to remember what her name was. I know it started with a Z.
Plus,
Oh, fuck. Well, if you ever go back, if you go back there and you head off to the east, there's the mountain with the harpies, and I got a good friend of mine, Zenoa's there. She's like me, but she's west, to the west. She's like me, but she's an orc, and wind. She's all about like wind and lightning.
yeah.
And
The
instead of
Harpy,
elves, she likes harpies.
well,
Harpy Mountain is good. Don't go into the forest on the left side of the river because that's Fey Forest. The right forest is by the Wolf Prince, by Blight, Wolf Lord.
She isn't there anymore, but
the-
she and her forces, wolves, were
Oh, she moved
acquired
out.
by Tarn. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so then you got the Amazonian ice, that on the river there. So ice Amazons. That's straight. That straight north leads to the dragon, ice dragon queen there. So be careful. And on that place was about northwest. If you go by the center city.
yeah, that's where we were going, but like I said, had to kind of turn back. We did find an old dwarf mine, though. It was pretty well flooded out.
Yes. Yes, that's fine.
Oh, should probably actually stake something out there. Just looks like a hole in the rock, you know?
Yeah, I know. It's what's it called bureaucracy and paperwork.
Ew.
Yeah, it's a lot of what's it called what do they call that? A whole lot of like red ink or red tape or things like that you have to deal with first.
Yeah, well, I'm happy I don't have to mess with any of that. One of the nice things about growing up in this town and not going into real civilization ever.
Mastings is a nice place.
It is, and we see a Reeve come around to collect taxes once a year, and that's about it.
Yeah.
And honestly, they don't even come half time anyway these days. I think
Really?
Anderlin's just kind of forgot we exist, because we're not on the map.
Oh.
Which
Do you
is
know if
fine
anyone?
by me.
Do you know if anyone needs a field tilled?
I don't know about tilled. We're getting close to harvest.
Uh,
Another month or so, the pumpkins will start coming up. And then, of course, come the taters. Although a lot of them have started coming already. And, you know,
What do you mean?
one
Yeah,
big
Tater
one that
came
just
so
rolled
many
into town.
times.
I picked up this thing, lets me do some fancy stuff with the ground. I could till an entire field in like a couple hours with magic. It's pretty cool.
Well, hell, come back around planting season.
Maybe I'm gonna help out my own townsfolk with that soon. I'm gonna go head up there next. See how things are going.
Well, hey, aren't
Finally
we
got
still your
settlers to come
townsfolk?
in.
Don't forget where you came from.
I could never forget that. Never forget where I came from.
Yeah, so next time Mom and Dad ask me to help them till the field, you'll come and help your brother out, right?
It's so far away. It's like, sure, it's fine. Yes, I'll come by.
There's the best big
Indeed,
sister I
then.
ever had.
Although perhaps I might start turning a bit blue.
Huh?
Don't just do yourself a favor. Don't snort residium.
I...
It
What?
grants great power, but it turns you blue.
I will
Magic does.
keep that in mind, I guess.
Has Hashat gotten any blue? It didn't take much for Nahia's like mouth and tongue to go
I've
blue.
only done it the one time.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I guess you haven't used it quite as much as Nahia has, but it's so fun.
Does the blue disappear? Does it like fade over time?
Yeah, it just takes a few weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, you just have to consistently do it. Okay, so I probably
Yeah,
Shot
you just-
probably won't.
Don't be
Probably
Crusher
won't.
and just lick blue toes every day.
Let me at them toes, girl.
Okay, so Hashat probably won't actually turn blue because she doesn't intend to just teleport willy nilly.
Yeah, you would never do something like that.
She will pick up a rock
Yeah.
off the ground and just like, this one will
I think
do.
you grabbed a homeland rock last time, so you always had one of those.
Did I?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Well, let's go say hi to the folks.
Yeah, Ursula got her little kitty cat there, so
That's Hashat's gonna go find her go find her parents.
Yeah, so while you are going to say hi to your parents, Ursula, a witch approaches you.
she approaches me. Yes, she cannot give me the information without getting closer.
I mean, she could,
A 10
but
approaches.
don't want to waste her sending spells for the day. Huh, Ursula, there you are. I've done
Ah,
as you asked. I'm afraid it's not come to much good.
yeah, I figured.
Are you sure
So
you want to know?
just lay it on me.
He's gonna lead you over to the corner of the house away from anyone else. So, I had to look a little bit beyond the realms of the village. All the way back down to Lavarn, in fact, but... Well, how familiar are you with that town? It's not far from here. But it is out of the
Levarn.
way. Yes.
It's me and name, Savin. So,
Yeah, I'm just bringing you back to the map. It is this town, which you
oh,
passed through
Levarn.
once or twice.
You said Levarn, so I was wondering what
Yeah,
the
it
fuck
is.
is that about Levarn.
L-U-V-A-R-N-E, Lavarn.
Okay. Well, I've been through there a couple of times.
Hmm. Well, apparently about 50, 60 years ago now, the lord of that town was assassinated, poisoned. I can't say how it got tracked back to your mother, nor can I ascertain if she really did it or not, but somehow, someway she got blamed for it. Say she's brewing up curses and poisons in that house of hers, and well, the villagers got riled up by some knight coming through, servant of House Lavarn, and they torched it.
Ah,
I wish I could say for sure if it's the truth or not, or if she's just a victim of misinformation, but there's little and less of her material to go on. The villagers were thorough, and you're very lucky to be alive. I heard something about
yeah,
a bard protecting you once you'd been knocked unconscious. A catfolk fellow dragged you away.
yeah, a blonde one. Looked close to the kitty cat that we usually walk around with, but manlier, scruffier, like that.
They weren't very descriptive, the people I talked to. It was a long time ago. But yes, apparently you owe your life to a young bard who stood up to the crowd and called them a bunch of monsters for attacking an innocent young child, and pulled you away at sword point. And that was the last anyone here saw of you for, well, decades.
Well, that is indeed an answer. Oh, good thing I have some friends in a couple of places. They owe me a favor or two. I'm trying to remember what the fuck is the Laverne Duder.
Which one?
Raymond.
Yes. They are, they're the counts that oversee Luarn, but I think you've probably seen the heir of House Luarn, but I don't think you've ever interacted with him.
What, Jack Raymond? We met him before.
No, House Luvarn and House Raymond are different noble houses.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
we've never encountered the
also remember.
Luvarns.
Yeah, but Raymond is archivist, historian kind of thing, duder.
Yes. Yes, he is a historian.
So you can poke him about that. That's the connection I got here. But Laverne at least has some information that Bear can try and find. And it pretty much is what it is, because you can't go back and change things. Just go from here on.
Yes, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, Ursula. It is the unfortunate fate of many hedge witches out here in the boonies. As much as Pergolith and Andrelin try and normalize magic, these regions still bear the scars of the Empire's occupation, and will for quite some time.
Yeah. Plus, most of those that did all that is just long gone. And only old bastards that are still here that have been very young or too young for it.
Yes, I was only able to find one person who would admit to having participated, and he's so old I'm entirely sure I trust his memory on the matter, and blind in one eye anyway. It's not exactly the sort of person who could stand up to you if you wanted to seek vengeance.
Just picks up a small rock between like her middle finger and pointer finger and thumb, and just crushes it. Yeah. Nah.
Well,
I can't get it back, so it's
which will put
what
a
is that?
hand on its shoulder and give it a squeeze. And just like that, you prove that you're a better person than anyone who lived in this village all those years ago.
Well, yeah, I'm still alive.
Not what I meant, you precious little thing. She will scrabble you between the ears. Well, I best get back to the shop.
Yeah.
Good luck out there, Ursula.
Yeah, it was fun. Slight dark thought passes through the back of Ursula's head before she dismisses it. But of just kicking in the fucking door and, skinning them like a rabbit, but that just disappears into the ether.
No.
She has other things to do. There are tiny babies and oh shit, Goldie. Where the hell is Goldie? Cat, I can't take my eyes off the kitty cat.
It's literally next to you. Or under you, rather.
Where?
Right.
Oh, there. Okay. I just saw on my screen. It just went zoom and disappeared off the side.
Just
I'm
railgunned
like,
away.
oh shit, where the hell? Yeah, I'd be like, oh no, fuck, I forgot to keep an eye on Goldie. Ursula is petting kitten.
A good kitten. Meanwhile, Hashat has given both of her parents a heart attack. But they will come around to the news eventually, with much fanning of selves, and insist that they be taken to see all these brand new grandbabies. Oh, Kina's not here. Rip. Alright, well, I suppose Kina will probably do that.
This Arc's adventuring party get in on the fucking drinking.
Hell yeah. Actually, hold on. Ark's adventuring party has a handsome cat boy.
It does have a handsome cat boy in it. Can I wing lady for her? Or wing lady for the cat boy with her? Fucking whichever way works, he doesn't mind.
Sure, let's see. Probably want a wing lady for the cat boy. I don't think Mirror's gonna try and initiate.
Alrighty.
Lewis does have a dick girlfriend already, but it is certainly an open relationship. So let's see. What stat block did you use, Lewis? You were a thief. Oh no, you're a cleric. That's right. All right.
He's a good boy.
Yes. All right. Oh, all right.
Look at you fucking go. Turns out he also knows feet stuff.
Yeah, I mean, his girlfriend is super for that. Yeah, you can make that happen. Mira is extremely awkward about it, but Lewis is nothing if not a gentleman, and a very gentle hand at that.
Aww.
The three of them will scoot off to a room together.
Nice. Them all. I wish them all a pleasant evening.
And then Koinu has to fight off a bunch of cowgirls that think she's super cute.
She will accept lots and lots of lap pillows and hugs, and maybe some milk, but otherwise she knows better.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Hello.
Moo.
Ah, there you are, Kina.
Yeah.
You gave your parent a heart attack, and they have requested that you take them
What?
to meet all these new grandbabies.
I didn't. Did I tell them?
I mean, you did say there
Or
were a
did
bunch of new
someone
grandbabies
else
coming.
rat me out?
I mean, yes, Nettie immediately ratted you out, but...
Nettie! Why?
Because they need to go see their grandchildren.
Tribe.
Okay.
They are not taking no for an answer.
You can't.
Sorry, Ken, it's mandatory more family time.
Okay.
I know it's really going to put you out to spend more time with, your relatives and your babies.
It's fine. But what about the things here, the house and the? Is it okay to just leave?
Your dad will put his hands on your shoulders. Hashat, this farm has stood here for longer than I can remember. It'll be here when we get back.
Okay.
Unless you want to card up, was it 30-something kids up here?
It's counting. Close. 26. 26. At Greymore.
Good lord, girl.
It's not my fault. It is my fault, but not my fault.
Your parents
Saracina's
will
fault.
squint at you when you say it's not your fault.
You really
Let's
don't want to
just
hear
say-
someone disavow themselves
just
of
say
fault for their children.
Let's just say I didn't quite know what I was getting into exactly. I didn't understand the magnitude of it, but I guess I do now. Oh well.
Well, as soon as your friends are packed up, we can go. But first, I guess we ought to have dinner together, at least.
Yeah.
You should invite Ursula. She looks like she's seen a ghost out there.
Yes, I'll do that. I'm a little worried about that. It's fine. Just accept what's going to happen, Hashat. Saracina is absolutely going to. I literally won't be able to stop her from giving my parents her blessing, because that's just not going to happen. Where the hell is Ursula anyway?
You walk past Ark's adventuring party and Koinu just having a nice dinner.
Hi, Hashat.
Have you seen Ursula?
She was off talking with a cat lad.
I can't seem to find her anywhere.
As you've
Unless-
walked all the way
Where's
around
it?
town, your dad has just leaned out of the window and is talking to Ursula and inviting her inside.
Oh shit, there she is.
Literally right in front of your
Literally just
house.
walk. Yeah.
To be
I
fair, you don't
Yeah.
catch her unless you're further away from her because of the height. You
It's
actually
true,
have
you
to
just
be able
see the
to.
top
You
of
have
your
to
boobs.
observe Ursula from a distance, or she's invisible to you.
Hashat has quite the blind spot now in front of her because of all the.
Oh god, yeah, you
It's a
also did get
cat.
triple M'd many times. by
7
Cass.
times, that damn cat. Damn you, Cassidy. So yeah, there is a blind spot, and it's just like, where the fuck is she? Oh, there she is over there.
You just walked past her.
Fuck. God, Shot's out here looking like a fucking Giga Milk commercial now.
There she is.
Need Tensor's floating discs to hold those puppies up.
No, it's like that meme with the lady and the two guys behind her just holding up a titty.
Ragnarok.
Yes, that the Ragnarok meme. I kind of want to get that as a picture.
Hilarious.
I kind of want to get that as a picture now that I think about it.
Yeah. The hilarity is not so much a meme, it's an actual thing from the manga / anime.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, that's the goddess Aphrodite's.
So yes, a lot of you can come in and have a nice home-cooked family meal with Hashat's parents. Koinu has a lovely dinner with the other adventurers at the tavern. Mira gets railed to pieces. And come evening, you can teleport yourselves back home to Greymoor.
I would love to stick around for it. Hashat, could I get a whisk down to Pergolith? I've got to go back to work preparing for
Well,
the event.
It's convenient because that's the closest teleportation circle to where my folks are going to be going.
Oh, excellent. Do you want me to rent you guys a carriage? I know someone who does it like quick and on the cheap. You can get them anytime, any day.
That would be nice.
Sure. I'll hook up travel
Am I
for
going?
them.
Am I going to Greymoor too?
What, with your family to see your children? I'd have thought
Yes,
so.
I probably should. Oh dear. I'm gonna have to do a sending and give a sending to Nahia. Like, sorry, Nahia, I'm a little bit delayed. It's gonna be a little bit longer before I pop into Ivara again. Also, I'm gonna have to send another one to Cass as well. Like, sorry, Cass, someone ratted me out to my folks, and now I have to take them to Greymoor to see all the babies.
Oh
You probably
no,
get
I have
a-
to spend
you-
more days with my wives and my baby. Oh no.
I'm going to miss you.
To be fair as well, like when you sent that message to Nahia, she's like, fucking, I will meet you there. She wants to see all of these babies. She's a goddamn Mithrin.
Oh God.
Babies!
Nahia
So
gets
many babies!
fucking teleported to meet you at Pergolith.
Yeah, fuck yeah. She's just gonna just be like, just ask her Nahia nicely when she's all sorted.
Sure.
And gives them smooches.
I should probably.
I mean, hell, since this castle is just going to be full of baby, maybe Leona will go too.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I want to introduce everyone to my bab. Fuck it. Bring all the gals.
Hell yeah. Baby time.
This isn't gonna be a fucking bridal, like a baby shower. This is gonna be a fucking baby thunderstorm.
Oh God. I'm gonna have to alert Greymoor that there's gonna be some more people. There's more people coming.
Ursula's gonna go to Nerme and then just have a jaunt over to Raymond, see how he's doing, and get some info from there.
Raymond Castle.
Yeah, you know where our buddy Jock is.
Oh, okay. Well, so since we're leaving, I guess I'll talk to Mira before we start actually like getting ready to leave and ask what she would like to do. Does she want to stick around here, or does she want to hop back home, or?
I can ride with you all the way to Greymoor, I suppose. I can just catch ship back to Illyria from Kalensburg. I've made that trip a few times. The big deal.
Because we are down here still in Onderland. I know there is there's an expedition. There's a scholarly expedition to the ruins of Dal Manotha to the south. I could send you down to Narame, and it's just a good day's ride to the ruins there. And I have a friend of mine who's in charge of it.
I guess if there are already scholar nerds there, it wouldn't be so bad. I'd hate to end up walking those ancient halls alone, but...
Oh, no, you wouldn't be alone. There's plenty of folks down there right now.
Well, if you're sure I wouldn't get in the way, I suppose I ought to see this place for myself.
Yeah.
Could you send a sending to my mother and let her know I'm going to be, quite a lot late?
I would be more than happy to.
I appreciate that. Yeah, Mira will accept a teleport to Minova. Which
Oh, wait a minute! I don't even have to send. Yeah, I don't even have to send her to Narame. I have
you
I
have
have
the circle there.
to Dalmonotha itself. I could just pop her right to the ruin.
She'll alarm the shit out of nerds, but whatever.
I will tell Leona about it.
Okay.
I will send to Leona and tell her that there's a guest is going to appear in the city.
Leona
A new
will
friend of mine.
I can just,
Leona will say that she will forward that to Rowan since she is with her moms and their new sibling or her new sibling.
Oh, Leona's not in the expedition anymore.
She came back for Cleona's birth for Eric.
Oh, okay.
cool. Ursula can jump for to with what's the name?
Yeah, you can go with Mira if
Mira?
you want.
Yeah, it's much closer.
Mm-hmm.
The distance
It's a bit closer, yeah. It's like 30 miles closer.
Yeah.
So you can make that happen. Mira will give Koinu a great big hug and give Hashat a warrior's handshake. Say, thank you for all of this. I will never forget it. And I hope I will see you all again.
Like, yeah. I'll make sure to come by when I, come by. I don't think I could be kept away. That city is too beautiful.
Damn right it is. And you better bring all of your wives.
Oh, heck yeah. Absolutely. And all the babuses.
Excellent. Then I will see you soon.
Excellent. Yeah, great, give her a great big old hugger.
Yeah. The baby party can zip off there. Ursula can begin trekking to Raymond Castle. Let's see.
Yeah, it goes rather fucking fast.
From there.
Because all I need to get to is get up to the road, which is only 24.
Yeah,
Been here
you'll get
before
there
as
before
well,
Hashat and company get to
I think I'm going to.
Raymore anyway.
I think I'm going to have to hire some nursemaids just on permanent retainer.
I already did that, remember? Koinu
Yeah.
helped you out by getting you cowgirls out of Valeria.
Yeah, but on a more but I was thinking more of like a more permanent employment for them.
What, as wives?
No. No.
Moo.
Definitely not.
It does sound like a lot of mooing.
No, I will fight that.
Uh-huh.
I guess the ones that came with me from Illyria will get an offer to I guess continue employment here in Greymore and then later on in Igniferis if they so choose to continue. I'd be more than happy to have them move along, and if they have spouses that they want to bring with them, I would be more than happy to bring them along as well. Bring them to Igniferis.
At least as long as they're at Greymore, I think all of them are perfectly willing because they're really just like a short boat ride away from home.
Well, eventually,
Igniferis is a little bit more of an ask, but you do have a really lovely
eventually, I
family.
do seek to bring everyone to Igniferis.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, all the wives and all the children will be moved to that location.
But at least for the foreseeable future, you have a full staff of nursemaids.
Okay.
Not a big deal at all.
Gosh, I have to look. I'm going to have to look how much I'm paying them.
How much you're paying them? Go on, I wouldn't worry about it. You clearly make enough.
I mean, yes, but what would they be? What would they be counted as?
Commoners.
Just commoners?
Yeah, you
Yep.
can pay them like a silver a day and they're golden.
Okay.
Honestly, being paid a silver a day to be milky is a pretty fucking sweet deal.
It really is.
All right. How many actually did come with me then?
Koinu picked up like 1 for every 3 kids.
So that's like 7?
I think so. I mean, yes, I think so.
Sounds about
Okay.
right.
I'll just say 7.
Oh no, it's 8. Sorry.
8? Okay, fine.
Yeah. And she already paid them. It's so whatever you give them is extra.
Oh, Koinu already paid?
Oh yeah, when she hired them to come along, she was like, "Please, on me," and then she,
Oh.
dropped them a few gold to come on down.
Okay. It'd be 24 for the 7 of them. It'd be exactly 24 gold per month for the 8 of them.
It's not bad.
I'll write that down somewhere.
Sweet. Remember this.
Yeah. Raymont County is a lovely little valley up on the edge of the enchanted forest. It's a quaint little market and town surrounding the castle, and then great big fertile fields. Temple of Kandarn out in the distance. And shortly after you
Where have
arrive,
they?
Jox himself will come out to greet you, since you do come from the direction of the castle anyway. Haha, Ursula! Don't see you all by yourself very often. What brings you?
Well, it's sort of like personal business. I figured I need your expertise on that.
Oh? Come on in.
Sure thing.
Escort you into the castle, and a couple of servants will bring tea. So, how's the family?
Well, air quote, the family is doing well. My friends are out doing their stuff and things like that.
Good, good.
So, what I actually wanted to ask you about, because you're sort of like a specialty was archivist historian.
That's right.
See, I think you know the history of like what's it, the Lawrence?
You will squint for a moment. I assume you mean Luvarn.
Lavon, yes.
Yes, that's one of my father's territories. My younger sister is, in fact, married to the Baron Luvarn.
Ah, nice. Oki's happy.
And she is. He's a good man.
Okay. So I think you know about their history and like how they handled themselves over the decades or century or so.
Yes, you could say that. Is there something in particular you're interested in?
Well, yeah, the one that got assassinated like 50, 60 years ago.
Ah, yes, of course. That would be Baron Jox, not to be confused with myself. Same name, different fellow. Yes, he ran afoul of some poison Quite a horrible death from what's been described to me. To put it simply, his insides turned into his outsides in the bathroom.
Ah,
Yeah, deeply unpleasant way to go.
I
They,
understand.
it's understandable how it could happen, though not really why. He was a good man, all things considered. The whole Lubarn family is well known for their kindness and generosity, which makes it a damnable shame someone would target them. But that sort of thing happens when you're the only child and you have a bastard sibling. Gives bastards a right bad name.
Well, did he have sort of like a knight or somebody close to the household that did the whole trying to find the guilty one?
Yes, House Luvarn at the time had 6 knights and baronets sworn to it. Not much of a force, but it's a relatively peaceful town. Only thing they've ever needed to worry about were creatures coming out of the forest. And they're mostly summer fae, largely harmless. But when Baron Jux was murdered, his knights scoured the countryside looking for the culprit. It was a dark day for a number of hedge witches and alchemists nearby. I take it that's what's brought you here, hmm? There was a
Yeah,
dwarf woman who was executed by the knights.
yeah. That's a person I used to call mom.
Oh. Oh, God, Ursula, I'm sorry.
Why do you have to be sorry for? You didn't do shit.
No, I didn't, though my ancestors could have done more to prevent it. House of Arn is
But
sworn
like I
to
said,
us. We should have kept a tighter rein on their knights. As it was, they made chaos.
the sins of the past is not brought down on you because you are literally innocent in this.
I
Sure, it's
appreciate
some
that.
form of shame. Yeah, sure, it's understandable that you have some form of shame to it. It is a blemish, but you're a good person. You've been trying to do good since, well, I know you. So for you, it's probably longer than that.
Thank you. That genuinely means quite a lot. Unfortunately, I don't think I can give you justice for what happened either. Those knights were veterans at the time. They've all long passed away.
Well,
I can find the name of the knight who went to Mastings, I believe it was. If that would
yeah,
help, but yeah, I'll get it for you in just a moment. I'll leave you and head up to his archive for a moment.
Ursula has now acquired a stress ball. The problem is she can't use any soft material, so she has her stress iron.
Brutal.
Yeah, so it's just one of the, like, like when you flick a pen between your fingers. She's doing that with a piece of iron and just bending it into different shapes and unbending it.
After a few minutes, Jox will come down with a record book couched under an arm. Sit down heavily, flip through some pages. Here we go. The knight who led the inquest into Mastings was Marcel de Montfort. He, let's see, was a 3-time tournament champion here in Raymont. He had a wife, 2 children, one of whom died in the succession crisis. Daughter married off to a baronet. Let's see. What was his name? We'll flip through a few more pages. Here we go. Baronet Shepherd.
Wouldn't happen to be Shepherd over by care to be names.
Kadar?
Yes.
Yes, the very ones. Believe let's see. No, the new mayoress of New Kadar is not descended from their bloodline. These baronets, Shepherd, are in Pergolith now, it seems. He flips a couple more pages. It seems Marcel did claim to have killed the ringleader of the assassination attempt. Yes, here we go. He rooted out the bastard brother of Baron Jaux, a Sir Renard. Killed that man and at least claims to have gone through his contacts in a righteous purge. Jaux will do a one-handed air quote. He killed 2 alchemists, a wizard, and a knight of ill repute, according to himself. And he died of... fell off of his horse at the ripe age of 60.
Ursula just raises an eyebrow to that, and then just lowers it. Like, oh, right.
Yes, that does tend to kill old catfolk men. Like I said, I'm sorry I can't offer you real justice, but the man is dead, as are the people responsible for this strain of killings all the way down.
Yeah, that's here's the thing. It said alchemists and a wizard.
Yes.
Did they specify what type the wizard was? Like race?
You'll look through the book again a few pages back. Just that she lived in the village of Mastings, as did... apparently apparently he got into a sword fight with a bard in that town. I couldn't tell you why, but it circulated in local legends for a time. Apparently the bard was protecting a child from a mob he had stirred up.
Yeah. Hi.
That makes sense.
And from after the whole brain fixing thing I had done, well, I got done, he looked very much like a, you know, she just, like try to widen his shoulder and be like buff up, like a manly Cassidy.
Cassidy is very manly. It's a shining example of his race. But yes, looking through here, the bard's name isn't given, but he is described as being a handsome blonde rake, good with a rapier, who gave the Lord Montfort quite the run for his money, certainly able to escape while fighting one-handed with a child in arm. He was
Now that cowboy
seen.
fucks.
He was seen heading south from Mastings towards Ehrenberg. There is... Flips a few more pages. There's some mention of him settling down near there. Yes. He's, again, name not given anywhere, but there are a few more reports I've gathered of him having been in the court of Count Ehrenberg for a while. The late Count Ehrenberg, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's what I.
I can do some looking for you if you'd like, but you'd probably have faster results talking to Cass himself. If you know where the man was living for a time, that might be able to jog some memories.
Well, I can get a horse. I've been down there in like a day or two.
All the way to Ehrenberg?
Right, Ehrenberg.
That is right on top of Ironvein Hold.
So
Bit
hey,
far.
another excuse for you to go and see your kid. What a surprise.
Yeah, but that's the thing is that she has to keep that on the down low still.
Sure. Something I'm sure
Well,
she won't enjoy the
I
opportunity.
can probably save you the trip. My sister and brother-in-law live in Ehrenberg. Can toss them a sending and ask them to ask around for you.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not really the whole magical stuff thing. That doesn't really pop into my head. I usually just give people stuff to do that, but I normally don't ask for them. I mean, unless it's like directly personal.
Well, it's no problem at all. If you're willing to spend the night here, I'm sure they can have an answer for you by morning.
Yeah, sure. It's never really had a chance to like hang out properly either.
Good. Well, in that case, let's enjoy ourselves. There's a lovely tavern just down the road, and Stellana should be coming back from the church any moment now.
Sweet.
Yeah, Jacques will send off a message to his sister. And let's see if they can turn anything up for you. Let's see. Random sister, you're a wizard, I remember that much. Let's give you journeyman stats. Get advantage from your husband helping you. Boop. Yes. Alright, so you are able to enjoy a lovely meal and an evening with Jacques and Stellana. And around the time that you are finishing up and getting ready to go home for the night, Jacques will pause and work his head. Ah, my dear sister's gotten back to me. That's odd. Odd indeed. You're sure you said it was a dashing lad that saved you, correct, Ursula?
Yes.
Hmm.
I was talking about people being very barbaric and everything.
Well, the reports I have say that a fellow was in the village fighting Sir Montfort, but according to my sister, the catfolk bard who turned up in Ehrenberg, at least as far as anyone there can remember, was a young woman. Let's see. Name was Irene. Irene Leofric.
Da, da, da.
Eileen Leofric?
Irene, with an R.
Irene?
Yes.
A Leofric, huh?
Motherfucking Lee. I mean, it had to be. Look, the moment that there was this proud, noble cat saving kids and fighting off people, singing on, it was got to be a Leofric, right?
That's one of Cass's
Relatives of some description.
relatives.
Yes. So at least a dark member of the Cassverse.
An aunt or
Or
something
uncle.
like that. Or uncle. I mean, Irene doesn't sound like a guy's name.
Well, no. That's the thing is that they disappeared from one location as a man and then reappeared in the next as a woman, and they're a Leofric.
They shifted.
That would make sense. They changed gender at some point. That's certainly a good way to get away from a very vengeful clan of knights.
No, I mean, like, there was talk about, like, catfolk being able to, become, like, were cats or something like that. There used to be talks about that.
Yes, but it's at best socially unacceptable for us to do so. I can tell you safely,
Yeah,
I've never done this in my life.
Yeah, but it would be a good way to disguise yourself if you suddenly look like a, well, manly-esque.
Certainly possible.
We have, sorry, like the whole manly thing. It's like, by my standards, like dwarven standards of.
I mean, by dwarven standards, I don't think any catfolk looks terribly manly.
There's some that do. I've seen a few, but they're few.
So we tend towards the slender end, and most of us don't grow beards, but
Still not looking pregnant yet.
No, she's fucking immune, apparently. I rolled earlier in the session. There's a 5 and a 2. She just refuses to get
She's-
pregnant.
Goodness, girl.
Am I gonna have to bring Saracina over here?
You fucking well may.
I
I mean,
may as well.
even a +5 ain't gonna help rolling a 2.
No, but it will certainly help.
These two have never gotten like even remotely close. Is the thing? It just
Yeah,
it
like
just
they've
keeps
actually
not
staggeringly
happening.
had garbage prego rolls like over and over again.
In fact, that's probably come up at family stuff. Has probably come up at some point while you're having dinner, and Jocks will have mentioned. I heard Hashat was talking to that master alchemist Jacquard about some sort of potion for changing the species of a child. Did I get that right?
I think it's the whole. It's from one or the other. Instead of like if you breathe through or if you don't or something like that. I wasn't really listening to her because she does a lot of weird shit.
Understandable, but say if you get a chance, could you ask her to throw me a sending about that at some point?
He just looks at him and like gets out a scroll of sending. Go right
Oh,
ahead.
I mean, I don't want to be a bother like that. Just whenever she has a chance.
It just. Well, yeah, but she can answer. And when she has a chance, it's just she'll do it. So you got to, ask her first.
It's certainly not worth a scroll. That's expensive. I'll just cast again in the morning. It's fine.
Let's see it as payment for service rendered. Come on.
No, please. You and your friends have done more than enough.
Enough damage, yeah, sure, I agree with that.
No, really, it's fine. I can prepare sending myself come morning again.
I'm just desperate to spend consumables. Take them, we're reaching the end, and I haven't spent all 100 elixirs.
And then I already capped out the 99. Ah, well. So little frick, so it's gonna be a trip to Naramay. Let's see, there's a. Right, so a really old frick, like. Do you have anything of how she went, or is that just. You got the information for Antoland?
You mean whatever happened to this Irene Leofric?
Yeah,
As far as any records went, apparently she grew old and died in Ehrenberg. Rarely left the town after she settled there.
Until
So
she
did-
choked to death on a big orc cock. Like all Leofricks, God bless.
So did you end up sending to Hashat?
Yeah, he will come morning.
Okay.
Is in fact just writing it up. Anyway, if you want to know more about this fellow and or lady, I'd suggest asking Cass himself. Or his mother, anyway. They're more likely to have a picture of their family than I am.
Yeah, I know Tess' mom. She's a really nice woman.
So
That
bad.
she
Nice
is.
dad too. It's a they're a good couple.
They're all less likely to have them.
Indeed. And their worth went up as well now that it's suddenly got an entire community and working soul fine.
Yes, indeed. That is an incredible story. Were I a song singer, I'd already be halfway through an epic about it. Well, I hear Cass has been working on something to that effect.
Oh, he's always working on something there. But yeah, I can tell you about the shenanigans we were up to in the the map in the village in the world lost in the maps. Sorry, enough.
It sounds like this is a story that needs some more liquor. And yeah, Jocks will bring you up to the castle for some snifters of brandy and stories by the firelight. And while you're doing that, probably about the time Nahia and Co. arrive at Greymore for much baby time.
I just feel sorry for Hashat's parents.
Yeah, Heart Attack Part 2. As it finally dawns on them just how many baby.
So many.
And also their daughter's fucking castle house that they live in with this nobleman.
It's not it's Cass's house, but
Hey, you're married, you're Sherry's.
Yeah, when you try and play that shit off your parents, you're just like, no, that doesn't fly. Married couples share their houses. That's just how it works. Your mom will inform you that she doesn't call the house you grew up in her husband's house, even though it's, from his family. It's our house.
Oh,
In the middle of a street.
no. All right.
you know what's actually really funny? It's like the entrance to their grounds is like a gate. It's like a crossing the road, and they just start driving in and be like, "Oh, well, we just entered the premises. What's called the garden in the front of the castle. Oh, nice. When do we get to see it? Oh, in like 15 minutes. This is just the front garden of the castle. The fucking goddamn the fucking post book has its own zip code.
I'm sorry, Cassidy can't be here to greet us, but he's in Navarra at the moment.
What? Cass is right there. What are you talking about?
Wait, Cass is here?
Yeah, why would he not be?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
It's just the party icon. Don't worry,
Okay, it's fine.
Yeah, the party is no longer technically on that map. Let me just put you back on the start page.
Okay.
Only Ursula is even in that entire province anymore.
Okay. All right. Well, I will introduce my parents to. They've met Cassie. I mean, not Cassie. They've met Tassie. They've met Tassie, and they met Cass. So I'll introduce them to Rukia and Yiska and Hala, and then I will introduce them to Saracena.
Did they actually meet Cass?
I think they did.
No, because
Yes.
Tassie
No.
had to explain Tater to Cass.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
that's right. Tater.
And I will introduce my husband to them.
All right, hold
I'll
on.
introduce Cass.
Cass, I need you to make Hashat's parents love you more than they love her.
No, don't do this to me. That's fine.
Do it.
All right.
It's
Do
like
it.
there's no one that doesn't love Cassidy.
It's impossible, yeah.
It is.
I don't
it is
even know that it
basically
needs a
impossible.
check. It just happens.
All right. He makes a good
Okay.
impression, but
He
not
makes a good impression.
not overwhelmingly so.
He's got those bags under his eyes from just not sleeping because of all these kids.
It's true.
And you were away for like a couple days, so he wasn't getting them milks.
Like 3 out of these almost 30 kids are his, and it's so much.
6 of them.
6 of
please.
them.
6.
Oh, that's right. There's also the 6 from you. That's true. He has 3 of his own
Yes, he
unrelated
has
to Hashat.
3
Oh,
Yeah.
9. He has 9 kids here.
9 kids to take care of.
Poor Cass.
Well, hey, look. I wanted him to just be part of my harem. He's the one who wanted to have one
Harem
himself.
too.
That was his idea. So he's got his own bed to lay in that he's made for himself.
It's a really soft
We
You,
both
Amazonian.
have-
you can be as smug as
both-
you want with your, 30 kids.
I'll take what I can get. Okay.
Oh, I see. Just desperate for a win.
Yeah, in this case, it's like, oh, this is my husband, Cassidy. Full title is Cassidy Leofrix, Pergolith, blah, blah, the
Custom.
massive titles.
I don't like doing the whole title scroll.
No,
Oh
if
my
someone
God.
tries to title Cass, he'll just, bonk them. No, these are his parents-in-laws. He's so happy to finally meet them.
I'm sure he insists that he loves to take care of their precious Tater.
He
She is
does.
well taken care of.
This feels like an episode of Beverly Hillbillies.
He
This is Mary
He's
Lou,
sowed her
Mary
fertile
Lou,
fields many
Mary
times.
Lou.
has
Have you
reaped-
actually figured out names for all those kids yet, Kina?
I mean, I have not.
Yeah,
I'm sure the characters have.
yeah. These two have certainly had plenty of time to come up with names. I don't think we need to name all bajillion of them.
I went so far as to name the 9 elf wives. I'm not going to name 30 kids, though.
Look, even Koinu named her family. It's quite bad to make up wives and kids. Better open up a fucking spreadsheet, Hashat, with that busy penis of yours.
That one. That's the one. That's the legendary. That's the one to carry on the legacy.
Of course, there's like there
Okay.
there must always be a Cass.
There must always be a cat.
Like shit, if you guys hadn't had so many kids, Nahia would have offered to have just fucking Castlech take her, the fucking Mandacat.
There always has to be a Cass fucking Lich King moment.
Yeah.
What else is
No,
there
not
to
in fact,
handle?
not Nahia will in fact tell Cass. You know, there was definitely strong temptation to name the firstborn Cassidy, if only to do honor to your incredible legacy.
Aw, that's so sweet. You know, it's not like Hashat and I don't have plenty of kids to go around. Let's see.
You want
know,
to
hold
try
on.
and trade off some names?
He reaches over and picks up a red-headed kitty that popped out of Gianna. Let's see. You should be Nahia.
Oh,
She has your hair and everything.
well, my old hair at least.
Well, yeah, I mean. There's always got to be one ginger Nahia.
Of course. And she will then burst into happy tears and hug little Babas.
Aw,
And yes, the first is Eric after my father.
aw. I think at least
now for
one
party
little
match.
like blonde kitten's going to get named Mori,
Yay!
Aw.
and
You
clearly
name
one of
him
the sons
Morgan,
has
and then
to
you
be
don't realize
Tarn.
what you've started. Oh, of course.
Let's see.
Little Babitan.
The smallest of the lot gets to be Ursula, clearly.
Then ironically, she hits a growth spurt and is just fucking huger than everyone. You're like, oh yeah, fuck, that was one of the Amazon kids.
I guess yeah, that's true.
No, that's yeah.
The ones with Hashat and Cass had Mother's Glory on them, so yeah. No, it was Mother's Lament, I think. Cause, yeah, it was Mother's
No,
Lament.
she
'cause
didn't
they
do
were
either
taking
of those. There was no lament at all. She deattuned
No.
for the hammer when Cassidy fucked her shot, right?
No,
So
yeah,
they're just
she
moo cats.
no, she took one of the potions because that way she wouldn't explode when she had 6 Minotaurs inside of her. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you took Mother's
Oh
Lament.
yeah, that's right. Yes, you took it. You took it post conception.
Mm.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So, and Gianna also took Mother's Lament. So Cass is just cat girls all the way down.
Cat girl.
Woo!
Just
Meow,
some
meow,
of them are going to be particularly tall, and some of them are going to be particularly curvy.
meow, meow, meow.
Meow meow meow. The purity of the Cass bloodline is maintained.
The power of the Cass bloodline. It's not even purity. It's just like awe-inspiring domination of the bloodline.
So yeah, let's see. That'll add another couple of days here. So to the 15th. Let's see, when the fuck are we now?
Where are we?
When are we? All right.
When
It is
are
August the 15th when you guys are finally ready to push out.
So, how many is that? Like Marie Curie? Do we have any Cleopatra?
Huh?
Well, you said it was just cat girls, so
Oh,
cat
sure.
names.
Trying to go down those. Mary Perry. Just going for cat pun names? That's harsh.
No,
What a
Cass
cruel
would
thing to do to
never.
a child.
No pun names.
The child that you name
What?
after a pun is the child that turns out a villain.
Not even Amelia?
Amelia is a great name, you just can't spell it like the pun, or again.
I'm sorry, I'm just looking at Ursula.
Well, yeah, that was your bed to make.
Indeed, and she turned out pretty great.
I was a kid, and for Tunon Kid, that's pretty good. Clap, clap, spread out.
Clap, clap. So, with heartfelt goodbyes, you are able to return Hashat's parents to Narame, where they can just kind of spend a couple days walking home. And the rest of you can port on to Avara and get ready for the last leg.
Yay!
And with this in mind, this will be your party comp for this leg of the journey, assuming Tarn never shows up again.
Yeah, we're back to the classics. We got that Murray. She's got the claw. We got Cass. He's tagged. He's all cranked out. Hashat's hammer's done. Ursula's mace is ready. Nahia's sword is going.
And he's also super injured for some reason.
Oh, I just didn't put my regen in after I got the shit kicking previously.
I'm also fairly certain you don't have 225 max HP.
I actually should do because I took the tough feat.
How the fuck Tarn has 114? My god.
Wait, 200 hit
Wait,
points?
225 is too many.
Yeah, that's
Hold up.
100 too many.
Hold up.
I think you might have
I
made
think it was
an
meant to
error.
be 125, and it a 2 went in at some point.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
But yeah.
125 is the correct number.
You can get yourselves ready to go. If you need to stock up on potions or anything in Avar, you can. Otherwise, you get one last chance to check in with old Augie and co. And it's off to the
Yeah.
races next time on Sav&D.
Woo!
Yeah.
I'm gonna go make my food because I'm very hungry.
Well, let me give you some XP first, just in case you pop.
I don't think I will.
Yeah, I don't think it is likely.
We're at the bottom end of 600 out of 700. I think it's okay.
It's true. Now, I will at least record the date in our little session log here.
Well, hey, you've been keeping the fucking XP record going for
Yeah, I mean,
You know what? Yeah, go
150
for it.
plus,
it would feel odd not to do it.
All right, go ahead.
You started this session on June the 9th, and it is now August the 15th. We actually did a shitload of downtime in one session. Good job, everybody.
Oh, by the way, it's been a month.
Yeah.
Remember?
Mm,
Delvar was supposed
Yes,
to answer.
Tarn, however, isn't here, so I'll kind of wait on that. We'll interquill what happened with that next time Merz is here. We'll do a little timey-wimey. So, did you explore an interesting location? Yes, actually. This is the first time you've been to Lyris in this timeline.
Whoa!
Did you discover an interesting truth about the world?
Yes.
Yeah, you learned things about Ursula's past, and possibly something related to Cassidy. Which presumably Ursula will get a chance next session to talk to him about, if she so desires.
Gee, I wonder if she will.
Did you make a new ally or a lasting enemy? I don't think so. You did have a bunch of kids, though, so that's nice. Did you advance or complete a quest? Yes, you've advanced Ursula's backstory quest effectively to its end. You also secured Mori's sword for her, which is pretty cool. Now she can do damage.
and we finished off Manotha quest.
That's true, yes,
completely.
that as well. That's several quests in one session. Good job. Did you discover new page in a companion's story? Yes. You have all those
Lots of
kids.
it.
This is where those XPs come in, and also Mori's sword came back, and all the things that happened with Mira.
Yay!
Yeah, 4 already.
Nice.
Well,
Good
That
job.
brings some
615.
Nahia up to 610 of 615. I was just like, I could do another week of downtime training, but fucking, it's just not worth it.
Yeah, it's not.
I got enough to get
relevant.
over the I got enough to get over the 600 mark, and then I was like, I'm good. I'm not gonna do it again for like 5 experience.
So yeah, if you are watching on the stream or YouTube, thanks for tuning back in. I think we're in the last 10 sessions, probably. Because really, there's just a little bit of travel. Igniferous, which isn't much of an adventure, really. The adventure in the Winter Queen's Court, which will take at least a session or 2. And then probably 2 or 3 sessions for Herona's Cave, and then that's basically it. We're almost at the end, guys. We're so close. So thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next time. Till then, have a good one.
Bye-bye.